Hey everyone, welcome back to Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. I am Nate, and I am joined here by Ian and maybe Tom at some point today? I don't know. He said he was going to be here, but, TBD. Anyway.
Unreliable bastard.
Yeah, so we are fixing to maybe finish up tonight or next week. I don't know.
We'll see. It's up to you, Nate, because you can absolutely get to the end tonight. Whether you finish it tonight is really down to what your skill level is.
Ah, yeah, true enough.
I hate to say that. I mean, I kind of like to say that because I can't wait to see how you handle this. Although you kind of demonstrated the way that you got tuned up by that sunflower last time.
Dude, I don't know what it was. Is I had to play through and resync my files, and I beat him in one shot. The next time.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a squeaker, but I texted you guys. I was like, guys, you never believe it. I did it in one. And I was talking to my wife while I was doing it too. So
a couple of things. One, you jinxed yourself all to hell by being like, this is so easy. And if you recall, the very first time you fought him, I was like, maybe not that easy. Like, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
And you proceeded to have to fight him for an hour.
Yeah.
But also, I'll just note, we don't have any video evidence of this secondary fight that you did with him.
So this is all I can't prove it. I can't prove it.
You cannot prove it.
But I know in my heart that I did okay.
And because you can't prove it, I shall choose not to believe it. Because that is my way.
Fair enough. Never happened.
But what I was gonna say is you definitely got tuned up by that easy ass boss. Yeah. It's entirely possible, as you demonstrated during that stream last time, that this last boss, who is universally lauded as being very difficult, you'll just have no problem with. You will probably just sail through.
Maybe.
So
you never know.
This is the way it works for you. Everything you do is upside down and backwards. So
yeah,
it's entirely possible.
I have inverse luck.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I got some new duds. I am now steel-plated ninja. Steel-plated ninja.
I see that. So you had this. You've used this armor before. We talked about this. I like this armor.
Yeah, it's one of the few.
Basically. Yeah. Yeah, the style itself is really good. It's actually kind of a ripoff of the Fallen Knight armor.
The Ronin armor.
Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you compare it to the Fallen Knight armor, it's in terms of its silhouette and how it's built, it's basically the Fallen Knight armor from Dark Souls 3, which is great, except it's like the knockoff version, so it's not nearly as cool looking as the Fallen Knight armor. Plus, in Dark Souls 3, you get the Ember effect, which is like the sickest thing ever. Which you don't get in this game, of course.
Yeah, no. You don't even get the Grace version of it.
Not even that, yeah. It would be nice if you just had some armor that just looked like that and it didn't even have an effect. I'd be down for that. Just give me that armor. Make it look embered. It's sick.
Yeah. But that's unfortunate.
This is okay. It's actually, I've seen some mods that take this armor and do color patches on it, so they do different colors of it. Different colorways. And it looks much better. I feel like right now it looks a little bit like Patchwork and Hobo Joe. I think if it was one color or two colors rather than 6 colors, it would look a lot better.
I don't know. Yeah, sometimes I like it with the cape and sometimes I don't.
It's good. Don't get me wrong.
It's still
relative to other armors in this game, it's still one of the best ones.
Yeah.
But that's not saying a lot because the armor in this game is dog water.
Yeah.
The armor in this game sucks butt. Okay, internet? Just accept it.
I was looking through the Nexus mods and I was like, where's all the customizable armor modulator programs?
Yeah.
I didn't really see a whole lot there. Also, Tom, we have a Tom in the voice chat. What's up, man?
Tom's here.
Hello.
All right.
Talking about capes?
We were talking about my new drip, but also just the lack thereof in general.
Ooh, I like this.
In this game, yeah,
it's good for this game. It's real good. Especially in the dark like this, it looks real good because the gold accents are actually kind of neat.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It's very the theme of Elden Ring itself. The gold with the dark. Yeah,
we were just saying there's no embered version like how you have the embered highlights.
Yeah,
in Dark Souls 3.
Night version in Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, I kind of missed the visual difference. Humanity is it's a vast difference in 1, but 3 was cool because 3 was more. It's not so much restoring you; it's more of you've got firepower.
Yeah, it made you look like a fucking. Made you look metal as fuck.
I used to do it just because I thought it looked cool, although I would get invaded a lot more.
Yes, true. I always played offline, so I never had to worry about that. But like, I never used embers because I was like, I always hoarded them.
Yeah,
So
I
I
did
never
the same
used
thing
them
with
anyway.
humanities.
Yeah, I actually the only time I would pop embers is if I was fighting a boss and I ran out of heals. It was like my last emergency heal. It was a full heal.
Yeah, I started doing that. I did that in 3. I think for Nameless King, I did Ember every single time just because I had enough, and I figured the stat bonus isn't a bad
Well, anything
idea.
and everything you can do to beat that guy. Just throw it at the fucking
Yeah,
wall.
yeah. That is where I'll actually
Anything
use my
goes
horde
with
of
him.
potions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get a chance to really fight him again in Night Rain.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's like the ultimate
network,
fanfic of FromSoft.
Yeah, the network beta is coming out this weekend. It's
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I've heard it's interesting is the take I've heard.
I saw that Vatsy
Yeah.
just released a video on. He's like, I played it for 6 hours straight, guys. Here's my thoughts.
People seem pretty positive on it, but it's definitely it's like a fucking multiplayer roguelike. So it's like
Yeah.
no, it's not pulling any punches. Like it's
All right.
I think
Lighting
it'll
down
be an
here.
interesting swing just outside of the Souls game
Truly gruesome. All these-
like lineage,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know how that's gonna.
yeah, so it's like an alternative. I understand it's like an alternative world. Like it's not Limgrave, it's Limveld.
Yeah.
So it's like an alternate universe of Elden Ring. So
Hmm.
they're gonna merge. I think it's gonna be their excuse for merging a lot of like the old assets and shit.
I think for like a quick in and out that happens to also be co-op, I think it's a good attempt. I mean, I'm not playing it yet, just speculating, but I think it'll be good to see FromSoft do something that's what people like,
Yeah.
but a little different, just so it's like, hey, here's something in the meantime, because the next big game or big IP is going to take some time.
I'm down for them to do different stuff, like, and this is something that I know a lot of people would want and care about. So I'm glad that it exists. It's probably not going to be immediately for me.
Ah, damn it.
really.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I get.
But that doesn't mean it's not going to be good. I mean, I think FromSoft has earned the benefit of the doubt at this point. I expect it will be high quality because FromSoft has always made high quality, pretty much.
Yeah, I think
Do
if
you
they
think
do,
if they're gonna like cross over as much as they are, do you think there's gonna be more Sekiro in the mix?
No, I
No?
don't
yeah,
think
I feel like it's
Purely-
gonna be
purely
it's gonna be
Souls-like.
separate.
so. So there, don't get me started. I guess you have gotten me started. So here's my thing about this. I think FromSoft is treating Sekiro the same way they treat Bloodborne right now, which is basically disavowing its existence.
Which is weird because
Yeah.
it was awesome. Like,
It was awesome. It won Game of the
mean,
Year.
yeah. Well, then Bloodborne also was like wildly successful, and it's also a cult
Bloodborne
classic.
is still lauded as being probably everybody's favorite of the Soulsborne
So it's like,
series.
I know. Do you want to print money? No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I
it's
wonder
really
if
weird.
like story-wise, maybe that's what they did with Sekiro, because Sekiro at least did get a PC port and it did get more support like after the fact. Bloodborne, I think, might have been. I think it was meant to be like a separate aesthetic and universe the whole time,
Well, I mean,
but I think they took
so-
it really far to be like, oh, we're not going to do anything with Bloodborne ever again.
Yeah, I mean, Bloodborne wasn't exclusive, so I'm sure at some point there were some probably licensing questions as to
Yes.
like who, because PlayStation owns Bloodborne, but
Yeah.
they would presumably want FromSoft to make a sequel or something like that, or at least Bluepoint to make a remake.
Yeah, I thought we'd at
Sekiro was
least get a
different
remake.
because Sekiro was Sekiro wasn't Sekiro. No, Sekiro wasn't Activision published, was it?
That sounds
look that up.
right, but I don't know for sure. I feel at the time Activision kind of had
It
like,
was either Bandai
fingers in a lot of
Namco.
stuff.
It was either Bandai Namco or Activision. I think it was.
Oh, it was
I could be
Activision
wrong.
published. I
Yeah,
had no
I thought
idea.
so.
Okay.
I thought
Yeah.
so. That felt right.
So
Huh.
I bet that right now, believe it or not, I bet Microsoft owns the rights to Sekiro
oh, that's
because they own Activision.
yeah.
Yeah, I
that's a
mean, I
fair
think
point.
through like inheritance. Yeah, I think it is.
But the funny thing is, Sony, more or less at this point, for all intents and purposes, owns FromSoft. So
yeah, that's.
I don't
interesting.
think we're
didn't
going to
think about
see anything from Sekiro, maybe ever again. I think
Oh.
we might be done entirely with Sekiro.
that. So if the Wikipedia
unfortunate.
entry is accurate, it says the publisher is Activision, but for Japan specifically, it was FromSoft. So I wonder if maybe
FromSoft
part of the
Publishing?
issue with Sekiro, yeah, like specifically, like it doesn't say Activision. It just says I think like everywhere except for Japan. Japan is
Interesting.
specifically FromSoft.
Well, I mean, even if that's the case, let's say, for argument's sake, that somehow FromSoft has publishing rights in Japan. I don't think that they will make a Sekiro that is either only released in Japan or only released in the rest of the world, right?
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
it would either be the whole world or not. And if it's going to be split up like that, I just genuinely believe, because of all this sort of mess, that we will not see another Sekiro, at least until we're like 95. Until like industry things like seriously change.
It's gonna take an Onimusha break.
Yeah, I mean, FromSoft, basically what would probably happen, this is really deep speculation. I think there may be maybe less acrimonious, but still similar to Hideo Kojima's separation from like Konami kind of thing.
Yeah, there'll be a spiritual successor.
Yeah, well, Miyazaki will probably leave FromSoft at some point, right? He will probably start his own shop or something like that.
Do something different, yeah.
And that will be the new, like, anyone who cared about FromSoft games will not want to work at FromSoft anymore. They're going to want to work at Miyazaki Studios or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
It just depends on, frankly, I know Sony has said that they're not going to do, like, they're I think they're a majority stakeholder now in the parent company of FromSoft. They've said that they're not going to, like, throw their weight around and, like, determine what's going to happen with the video game side of that. But I don't know. It's the same thing with Activision. The Microsoft's acquisition of Activision. Like, you don't buy that shit to not use the exclusivity that comes with it. Like,
yeah, you either buy it to use it or you buy it to shut it down.
What a detour.
Right, exactly. Either you buy it so that you can eliminate the competition, or you buy it so you can maximize profit from it.
Yeah.
And I know Sony's been moving more into like latter day releases of their exclusives on PC.
Their Halcyon days, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like a year and a half after release, and it's like by that time it's really kind of like peanuts that they're offering the other platforms. So I don't know. I think Miyazaki himself is so goated at this point that he's easily reached levels of Hideo Kojima when he was at the point of leaving Konami. I think he's on that level. And if Sony or FromSoft decide not to treat him right, I see him leaving, man.
Yeah, I'd be like, fine, fuck it. I'll do it myself.
Yeah, he can write his own ticket, man. Like, Sony needs him way more than he needs Sony.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that also goes back to what you were saying about like they would never do like a region specific release. I think it's because like the reputation is so big.
Yeah.
No matter how quick that at this point it's like, well, you can't, because it's FromSoft. If the name is attached to a game and it's like, oh, we're only doing it in Japan, like people will still find a way to play it in other places it's not released. Yes. But like it is one of the biggest names with that quality attached that it's like, no, you have to do an international release.
What a fucking run up, man.
I mean, what do we have today? We've got Hideo Kojima, we got Shigeru Miyamoto, we've got
I mean, you do, but I think you also, like, the auteur status is a little different. Like, Kojima is more of what I think of alongside guys like Miyazaki. And like Miyamoto is there. I think Miyamoto is so, like, Nintendo is such a big widespread that Miyamoto now is mostly just a businessman and not like
for sure. He hasn't done like video game development in like 15, 20 years.
I think he's like does his like
my only point is like
yeah.
Guys who can basically do whatever the fuck they want. They've got fuck you money, and they've got fuck you influence.
Acclaim.
Oh yeah,
because like
yeah,
Konami. Like, I'm sorry, but Hideo Kojima is bigger than Konami in the video game world.
Oh, I mean, Konami in general is. I guess there's
in terms of like video game world.
Oh my god, are you fucking?
Like, obviously, Konami has a shitload of money because they make the pachinko machines and all that shit.
Yeah.
But like, in terms of like cachet in the industry,
700,000 plus out the gate.
What were you going to use it for?
One level.
That's not the biggest loss you've had in a Souls game. I don't think.
It's true.
I think I've lost over $1 million at one point. I don't know what.
Someone was
pretty sure I lost $1 million.
I was remembering though. I think there was at one point where you had beaten a boss and like gone through another boss with like the souls from the previous boss, and I'm pretty sure you had pitched 2 at once. I don't remember.
You know what? I could totally see myself doing.
I think it was like a minor boss and a big boss. Speaking of, I guess there was a state of play today, like a couple hours ago. I just got done watching it.
Yet. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I was actually watching some previews, so I guess we'll find out what it is. Did you watch any of it, Tom?
I did. Yeah, I watched. I think I watched it a couple minutes after it started. It was really quick. Like the pacing was really quick. They went through a lot of stuff. There's some good stuff there. I don't know if we're considering it like a spoiler to talk about since.
I mean, I'm not like a
music
PlayStation boy, so like if you want to, like, I don't mind.
There was nothing like super big. There was no like FromSoft or anything. They did announce the Metal Gear Solid Delta. I guess,
Right,
and this is what I was going to talk about with Konami is, I guess, kind of coming back, at least in terms of like they're not making dumbass decisions with the IPs as much anymore.
Yeah, they're actually using their IP now.
Yeah,
like,
they stopped the
video
pachinko
games
shit.
instead of pachinkos. Yeah.
They announced I think Peace Walker is getting the Delta treatment. It's getting a remaster on at least on console. I don't know if it's getting one on PC,
Was Peace Walker the PSP, PS Vita one?
Yeah.
Peace Walker was the big PSP one that people really liked.
Right.
That was the most like normal. Like there was Acid as the card game, and then there was Portable Ops, which I still think is a great Metal Gear Solid game.
I obviously never played Peace Walker, but I always got the impression from the outside looking in that was like the definitive title for that platform.
Yeah,
like,
I think Peace Walker is like one of the top
PSP
games on the PSP. Like,
God, I just want to get back to the dude I was fighting. God, fucker.
These dudes have always been the bane of resistance.
Yeah.
Big
sword with a kick.
I also feel like I'm not doing as much damage though. Like
really? Isn't this your new build? Your bleed build?
Yeah, I switched it to, no, it's not the bleed build. I switched it back to, it was normally fire. It's statistically the same, I think.
Well, maybe they're not weak to it.
Maybe
they're strong against it.
I don't know. I switched, like, I have Sacred and I have Flame Arts. Oh, you know what? No, it is more. It is slightly more with Flame. Okay.
It might be that's the number on your stat sheet, but I wonder if they have like a resistance or something.
Yeah, they might have resistance.
That could be.
Because it might be like you're doing
not
more,
staggering
but
them in the slightest, and
or what you were using before they had a weakness to.
Yeah. So I've switched it back to basically what it was last time we streamed.
Could be the issue that you have with like the shorter range, like close quick weapons, which is it might do more damage, but it depends on how much you stay on the grindstone. Like if you spend more time dodging instead of hitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you spend more time winning instead of losing, loser.
Right? If you just skate better.
Yeah.
Damn.
Just
more
damage.
Oh my god. The brains out. Jesus. Dude.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm brain dead tonight. I swear to God.
Maybe there's like an armor.
Oh my god, this man was conjuring on you.
Oh man, and they let it conjure still even when you stagger.
Yeah, once it lights up, that's it. Trigger pulled.
So Peace Walker's getting a remaster and it looks pretty damn good. What else? Oh, Onimusha 2 is getting another
Onimusha 2?
Yeah, I guess so. There's a new one coming out.
There's a new one.
Yeah, they showed another trailer for that too. It looks pretty cool.
I knew about the new one, but I didn't know I didn't know 2 was
because I know they did one.
They did one.
And I think so.
I didn't think they'd ever do 2.
Because they just announced a new Ninja Gaiden 2, and then they at the same time announced the shadow drop of Ninja Gaiden 2.
I'm sort of curious about the Ninja Gaiden. I think I've played all but 3.
Is 2 the one with the fucking helicopter?
No, I think that's 1.
1.
1 is probably harder than 2. Maybe not actually. I feel more restricted in 1.
The OG Ninja Gaiden.
Oh yeah, the side scroll.
One of the hardest games of all time.
Are you?
To this day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I guess I'm just gonna fuck around all night. I guess I can't.
Yeah, you're just never gonna get there.
I had to say that we had 2 bosses left.
Yeah, you did. You had this.
I fucking had to say it
right outside.
I'm going on very little sleep and no food today. I'm brain dead, and I'm not making good decisions. Yeah.
But the OG Ninja Gaiden, the hardest game of all time, probably. That game,
the side scroller, yeah.
If the internet probably doesn't know this at this point since it's so old, but that game actually has the greatest menu music in the history of video games. The startup menu music. Oh my god! If you want to like get ready to,
it's a NES game, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's old. It's old like MIDI music, but it is so epic. Like you get so pumped up listening to that fucking song. It's only about like a minute long, but it's like you are ready to go to battle with that music. Look it up on YouTube at some point after this. It will, like, I play that before I go into the gym. Like, it really was like, oh man, that shit, it psychs you up, man. It is great. So that's a hot tip, internet. Go back and check out the menu music for the original Ninja Gaiden on NES. It's amazing. Don't play the game though without a save state because it will make you want to kill yourself.
Fucking Jesus
There's a lot of
Christ,
NES
man!
games.
This is
This is
unbelievable.
this is unprecedented for me. I've never
Yes,
sucked
this is-
this much.
This is crazy.
My funk from work is carrying over into the evening. It's
What's happened to you?
I don't know. I'm fucking totally worthless tonight.
You need a drink, homie.
Seriously, I need a.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm spiritually just like
Oh, you need a reset. You need to take a breath.
dwindled away.
You
to
need a
nothing
reset.
right now.
You need
That's
to
usually when I go
maybe
on the
put Milady
defensive.
back on.
God,
Go put Milady back on.
absolutely
Switch back to a
ridiculous.
proper build.
absolutely ridiculous.
Running past dudes. All right, running past. All right.
Because
I like how
before you were
completely
taking them
memorized
on.
this now. Oh my god. Wow,
Nice.
that was crazy. Oh, yep. Getting pecked to death.
That's all right.
All right. That was reasonably unscathed.
I mean, the dodging on the wind things was really
Very good. Yes. Yeah. I gotta tell you, you walking around without like what appears to be a proper weapon on you makes me anxious all the time whenever I see this. It's like, oh man, did you forget your weapon?
Yeah.
Because you imagine not having your rifle in war or like having your weapon in the lands between. Oh my god, the super armor on that, and then you just took 2 major hits. Oh, Jesus!
It's
Nate.
I think
I
it's the
don't. I don't know,
range.
man. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. I am.
This is wild.
You know what? I don't even know why I want to fight him. I don't even know why.
No, I
wanna
don't
fight
know
him right
either.
now.
You're running past everybody.
Do you
else.
have to use the
Yeah.
charged palm strike, or like your regular ones? Do they not build up enough over time to?
I have no. I don't have an element that accrues over time right now. It's all fire damage,
Yeah.
which I've learned is better against unarmored enemies versus lightning. But my lightning
Yeah.
doesn't stack as well as fire or faith. So I don't. I either use holy or fire right now.
Man, I'm just like, we've never seen anything like this in your entire playthrough. This
Yeah.
is crazy.
No, tonight is the night of suck.
Well, maybe it'd be better if you didn't get to the final boss in this episode. Then
I guess not, because I won't.
you might be a
worth
little
a guy.
outmatched.
Yeah, I'll just stand there and take it.
Yeah. Although it is a cool fight to look at. So
Yeah. I really
Yeah,
just
we're
want to
back
know
on the-
what the fuck the deal is. Like more
I
than
mean, we're
anything.
back on Miquella's
Like,
trail,
who,
baby.
Who
We've
is
been-
it? Like I'm sure it's Miquella in some form or capacity, but
Oh, you're sure?
Mm.
You sure are you?
I mean, he's.
I mean, it doesn't have to be someone you've met before. I mean, Radagon, you hadn't met Radagon.
It's
before.
true, yeah.
He's a boss.
Well, yeah, but they mention Radagon like a bunch. But then the
They
whole
do.
thing, like if you read the lore, there's a lot about Radagon being like, "What the fuck? Who is that?" Like it's.
I mean,
it's her-
same is true about Miquella,
it's
right?
her
We
second
hear a lot about
husband, but,
Miquella.
like-
we never see Miquella.
Yeah, but then he shows up at the end, and I'm sure
What if it's
Miquella will
America?
show up at the end.
What if it's
I don't-
America?
So you've watched the Vati video, right, about America and Radagon?
Like I know
Have
that
you?
like I watched all the base videos that came out.
Okay.
Were like vanilla Elden Ring. But I haven't looked at anything that's been posted since the release of Shadow. Yeah, Shadow Tree.
Tree.
Yeah. Oh,
Man.
fucking K.
Here we go. Reset. Let's fucking do
Jeez.
this.
And it's just the fucking run up. Like,
Yeah. I wish they
Second
had
time
the
we've
like
been here all
Theor's
night.
Wind or like a medallion from
all right, you know
Tears
what?
you could just put down.
New summon.
Yeah. Embrace the summons. I think that's partially what made me start to enjoy the end of base game in this was the
Oh,
doing a little bit of multiplayer in between the single player attempts was actually good because I got to watch other people do some not just like delete the boss through, but it was also a little bit of like what do these people do when they
yeah. Whoa,
run up on
that
them?
was dramatic.
What? It didn't touch him.
Oh, I wonder if it's a
Yeah.
range issue.
Maybe.
Because the
well-
claws reveal that very
You
quickly.
want to know what I want? I want to see with this build, Nate.
I didn't even fucking.
I want to see you
God
use
damn.
the deflect here with this weapon.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be so sick to
Yeah.
like add on to your.
Oh, like a parry?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Basically,
You
it's
have
a
a,
weapon
oh, you have a
parry.
parry with the hands?
Yeah,
You
well, I
don't
mean, the
naturally,
deflect here-
but there's a
The deflect here will give you
there's
a
a
weapon
physic
parry.
that does it. Yeah.
Yeah,
How long
Oh,
does
I
that
see.
last? Like,
a long
What?
time, like 3-4 minutes, like a
Yeah,
while.
okay.
Jesus.
yeah,
Yeah, so you can pop it for like a boss fight or like a serious engagement, and it will last the entire time.
that'd be kind of cool. I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind trying that. I
Be right
wish
back.
there was a stance. like a kung fu stance, because like right now it's very, it's fine. I have no
A little
complaints.
mashy.
Yeah, but it's like I wish, especially with the buff that what is it? The cameo
Ooh.
talisman.
Yeah.
It got really buffed. Like it does like a 40% increase, or like 45% or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's wild, but there is no stance compatible with the dry leaf weapons, and I really wish there was.
What are the dry leaf weapons?
There's dry leaf arts and dry leaf. Fuck, what is this? Yeah, dry leaf arts and footwork.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, dry leaf footwork.
Gotcha.
So yeah, there are no Ashes of War that do stance that are compatible with them. There's some other stuff, but and some of it's fine. But honestly, the best ones for them are the ones they get naturally. Except maybe Bloodhound Step, because that fucking works with like everything.
Bloodhound Step is cheat
But,
code.
like parry doesn't work. And then some of the other ones that you think might.
I mean, put on that deflect here, and you'll get the parry. That would be
Yeah.
sick as fuck.
Yeah, it would be. Oil. What is it?
You could fix this game altogether and just put a mod on that allows the deflect tier to never run out.
I'll do that post like playthrough.
That'll fix the whole game and turn it into one of the greatest games of all time. I say to the internet that already thinks it's one of the greatest games of all time.
Enhanced charge attack. Where is
the deflector?
Yeah, where is the deflector? I thought I had it.
You did. You do, because you beat that.
Yeah.
You get it from the very first furnace giant.
Yeah.
In the open world,
dexterity, intelligence, faith. Boys, I'm
probably deflecting heart here. There, that's it right there.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Deflecting heart here.
Yeah. Okay. Spontaneous guard, mixed physics. Spontaneous guard. So like, wait, is it like what button is it then? What does it map to?
It's the block. It's the block button. Guard.
Is
button.
It really? Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. And then if that's the case,
I got stuck on the like the free like one hit, no damage thing. I think toward the end of the game, it was like that, and then like a stamina or a health boost.
The little one hit bubble.
Yeah, it was just too good. I didn't want to mix it out with anything else, and like the dodge roll one, I think was too risky.
Yeah. Yeah, man, if they turned the deflecting hard tier into a permanent mechanic and they had built it into the game from day one, this would be a top 2 game all time for me, probably.
Yeah.
As it is, it's not even in my top 5 because of that. Like, it may not even be in my top 10 because of it.
All right, I'm going to put the shield on, I think, with this, just because it's kind of a fail-safe. Like, you're trying to block, you get one free one.
Interesting.
I don't know. I don't know what else I fucking want
I
to.
mean, at this point, it's worth trying. Why not? Yeah. I mean, the logic is sound. I mean, it's sort of like
I can feel myself just residually irritated from that whole fucking episode.
He's a little tilted, folks.
I didn't realize how irritated I was until I came home from work today.
What do we have here?
Oh, I thought I'd see you here.
Oh, no.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Okay.
We fighting? What is this?
Perhaps the Erdtree desired all along.
His Eminence.
A favored lord such as... Okay. So
be it.
Whoever you might be. Okay, so is this...
Strike me down.
This sounds like Lita?
This is your first time on this buff?
It is Lita.
Yeah. Okay, it is Lita. Lita, whatever her name is.
I think it's Lita.
Right.
I don't know.
So...
I don't think I've seen this one.
Friend ahead, but sacrifice required ahead.
Yeah.
Summon.
Your buddy.
Okay, I got a buddy. Oh, I've got 2 buddies.
You can touch the sign to see who it is. I think.
Yeah.
Summon to challenge Needle Light Leader and her allies. Is this going to be like...
Oh, are you invading
her world? Gangbusters? Like...
Yeah, man, you're fighting the fucking crew, dog.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. This is the Miquella crew. You're fighting them all.
Okay.
What do we know about Lita
except for
so
like
far?
the
I don't
two that
know
I
anything.
turned away from?
I want
Would
that scythe.
If I had done, is there more I could have done to like turn more people away so it'd be like more even
Yes.
odds?
Yes,
Oh,
you can
shit.
change your decisions in the world will change what you end up with
So
here.
that's what
and
this was
there's,
all leading up to.
That's
and there's
sick.
and there's a bunch of different permutations that you
Interesting.
can wind up with.
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
That's cool. Okay. Well, I want to see. I just want to see how many there are. So this will be a test since I have a fucking site of grace 100 feet away.
Okay.
I just want to see what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't you dare approach Miquella the Kind. Needle Knight Leather, Dryleaf Dane, and our
Okay. Dryleaf Dane and our allies.
Dryleaf
Yeah.
Dane.
Yeah, that's the guy who gave me my first kung fu set.
Ah, okay. I didn't realize I had more than one.
Okay.
Oh, what was his Freya?
Yep. Freya.
Redmane Freya?
Wait, don't we know Freya from base game, or am I thinking of someone else?
No,
Um,
she's in Shadowkeep.
Oh my god, you're fucking her up though. Jesus.
Oh shit, there's more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's Horn Scent.
I think it's just a certain size of weapon. If it's small enough, you don't have a problem with them.
Horn Scent's a little prick in this.
Uh-oh.
Oh fuck!
Yep. Yep.
That's a
Was
one-hit
death
kill.
Explosion?
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole.
I like
Oh,
those
yeah, I
swords.
recognize
What?
that
These guys-
black
those
and
swords
white.
are fucking cool.
Yeah, they're like reverse,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You have a set of those,
like
right?
false edge
I don't have that. No.
swords.
How they had backward? Yeah.
I have like shodels, which are like a way more exaggerated version of that, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's cool. It sends me back out, but I can pick my. That's cool.
Some mercy
Okay.
there, Miyazaki.
What are the other? Who are the two that you have the summon
Um,
signs for? I think you can see their
I
names
have-
if you hit it.
Yeah, I have
If you touch Y.
Theolier,
Theolier.
Talia, yeah.
Thalier, and
Until the time is
Ansbach.
right.
Ansbach, our man Ansbach. I like Ansbach.
I like
That's
that
cool.
scythe.
Yeah.
Have a
Okay.
badass. I also have a sword that's called the Ansbach. It's pretty neat.
Oh, really?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna give this another
From
shot just
Valiant
because
Armory.
I want to be a little smarter about not getting one hit KO'd. And then if this doesn't go well, then whatever, it's fine.
Don't you dare.
So what do you think? This is a surprise?
Needle Knight
It's an interesting format. This is very Dark
Alright.
Souls 2 because I know
Yeah.
in Dark Souls 2 there's a lot of like group on group fights.
Well, there's a fight like this in shit. Is it
The
Dark
base
Souls 3? I
game,
think
there's the giant jar dude in Caelid. If it's like you touch a summon sign, you fight him one at a time. I think
there's a fight like
Basically
this in Dark
getting
Souls 1.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, my god.
Hmm.
Oh man, here we go.
Oh, come on.
Just tanking it.
I'll be right back one more time.
And again. It's doing jumping R2s on your ass.
Yep.
Fuck that. That's my move. Oh,
Oh,
man.
okay. All right.
Wow.
Well, oh, and then
She
okay.
totally tanked that.
So it's really a
Um,
matter of, yeah. Okay, so it's kind of a mix between Dark Souls 2 group fight and like the Four Kings from Dark Souls 1. Like I killed her and I had like a minute to like a second to spare before the other guy came
Yeah.
because I like 3-shotted her because I actually managed to land some shit. Unlike this past time. But
You didn't even make it to Horn Scent this time.
no, well, no, he showed up at the very end, but she killed me before he
He
actually
zeroed
was
you
able
out.
to touch me.
Which is
So-
weird because you totally like she was rushed down the first time.
Hmm.
All right,
Let's try
let's
this
get to
again.
Horn Scent. I want to see that dude one shot you again.
Right?
Sick.
I didn't really interact with Hornsent too much, I don't think. I think he's an NPC that I kind of missed.
That's probably why you're fighting him now. Probably like, you want to be friends? What? What's wrong with me? I'm smart.
This is on me.
Oh,
Oh, that's a fucking what is
Do you
it? That
see
was
the
that was a
sword she's
notorious
using?
move.
she's a red main
Yeah.
knight.
Oh, she's using like a Radon style, right?
yeah.
She's like a Radon fangirl, basically.
Yeah. I like how they have like different characters that are like have different affinities for their various like Empyreans and bosses and demigods and shit. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're like acolytes. Damn. That is such a fucking commitment. Okay,
Yeah.
Hornsent in. You might want to deal with
Fuck.
fucking Hornsent, man, because he is lethal.
We gonna...
So
Oh, cool.
don't forget. Oh my god, boy, Ansbach, do some damage, Ansbach. Damn, just flatten his ass.
Yeah. God, I love.
Man, he is so aggro on you, man.
Yeah.
Hornsent
He
is
is
just
dead
wants
set.
your ass.
Oof.
Look at him.
Yeah, I know. He's just
like,
going.
He does not give a shit about.
It's the same satisfaction as the like the. I wonder if you use like the whirling strikes with the scythe,
my
because I
God.
always love that in Dark Souls 3 of just like I'm just gonna keep doing the same hit over and over again.
Like all the moves that Sister Frida had.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Love that fight, man. Sister Frida's so sick. Man,
Come on.
Hornsent does not care at all about Ansbach. He just
Scarlet
wants
Rod? Fucking what?
Yeah.
you rotted dog.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Is that Morn who's fighting you now too?
Yeah, it's Morn. Oh,
So you,
God.
oh my god. Okay, she's still
God
on
damn.
the
Okay.
field.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the strat, man. You got to take her out right away. Like
I
she's
do. I
rushed.
really gotta focus her down and just
She
keep...
takes damage from you, and she
But
takes
this is
hits-
sort of like a Four Kings situation. You gotta do enough damage,
yeah,
like, to keep
Oh,
the
did
numbers
Freya
down.
come back?
a little
No,
bit.
I
like
never beat her.
It's a little bit
I,
like a DPS.
Yeah, it's kind of a
You,
DPS.
you got to
check.
get her off the board, man. You got to get rid
Okay,
of her.
that's fine. I think I can do that if I want to really focus her down.
Because you, if nothing else, you cannot have her on the board when Hornsent comes out. Because that
Yeah.
dude is
That guy will
on-
not let you breathe at all.
He will
He's
not.
just
Yeah,
he's
you
just gonna-
have to be able to focus him down
You're
and get
right.
him off the board too before Morn comes along. So first things first, take care of this lady.
Yeah.
Get her off the fucking board.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Don't you dare approach Miquella the Kind.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare.
Dryly Dane and our army will never allow.
I'm gonna
You don't
try
like
this out too.
My man is buffing.
I am the Red Mane.
It's kind of a cool effect. You're like pulsing lightning. That's sick. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Hmm.
Come on.
Oh, whiff.
This is blind spot that doesn't.
Do we think it was a hitbox, or did she have some kind of like hyper armor happening there? Damn,
Oh.
that's so satisfying.
Might have been hyper armor.
Nice. All right, heal up. Yes, sir.
Fuck.
Good job. It's all right. Oh man, she healed up too. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you need to abandon the giant palm with her,
Yeah.
just because like she takes hit stun, so you can just wail on her and use your entire stamina bar, and she'll be done just about. Because also you don't
Got
want
it.
her to get to her second heal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or her first heal. You don't want her to get to her second health bar. But it worked. I mean, you're here, so. Oh, yes. Now we get to tag team this motherfucker. Get fucked, Hornsent. Back up. Don't let him hit you with that shit.
Got him.
Man, nice.
Nice, nice.
That was great. Look at this. Look at this dude. Nothing but a shield.
Let's see what he got.
Very Havel looking with the shield.
Very hovel, yeah.
Yeah.
I like very
hovel.
thick armor.
Oh, man. Ansbach is laying it on him. Oh, man. He's got power moves. So Ansbach has Mesmer powers.
Oh,
Oh.
that would explain a lot.
He's got like Mesmer fire.
Do you already fight Mesmer at this point in the
Yep.
DLC? Okay.
Yeah.
I always thought Mesmer was the final boss.
He's definitely like the cover athlete, right? Like he's the guy that they advertise.
Hmm.
He's the flashiest, I think.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. Fun fight. Like it totally earns it. Man, he's
Okay.
fat rolling. It's great.
We got
Jeez.
Dryleaf Dane.
Lita, yeah. Lita's got a cool weapon.
Moore has died.
Lita's got one of those light longswords.
Oh, Lita's the one, like, you talk to her as like an NPC.
Oh
the
shit.
beginning.
Yeah,
right?
all these guys do. Yeah.
Yeah.
All these guys are NPCs.
Damn, I was hoping they were the good guys.
I mean, some of them can be, I think, if you like do the quest lines properly, but like Nate just wants to fight everybody. He's mean to everyone, so.
That's, I mean, my playthrough usually is the accidental,
Nate-
like, oh, I didn't
Yeah,
say
Nate
happy
picks
birthday
fights.
to you and now you hate me. Yeah.
Exactly right, yeah. Oh, wow, don't die now. That would suck. Good job. Good heals. That was a good retreat. That was very strategic retreat. Man, Ansbach is just performing out here.
Yeah. That's the cool thing about the scythe is like it's a two-hander, but it's light enough.
God,
that
how
you
many
can
heals does she
still
have?
Get in and out.
Seems like a
I
lot.
don't know.
Man, this dude's horny for you too? Jesus.
Yeah.
So yes, look at that hit stun, man. Like the more hits, the more buttons you can press on this fight, do it.
Oh, he's got the.
I'd say don't go for
Podcast
those
going
heavies.
better.
Take advantage of that hit stun. and just
The
load
heavy
it up.
actually, it's sort of a trade-off between heavy
It is a
and
knockdown.
regulars.
He's got the mod
Yeah.
stuff on him.
But the problem is, like, these guys do have heals, so like you kind of don't want them to get away from you. You don't want them to like have a minute to breathe.
Yeah,
Oh,
very much
good
reminds me of
interrupt.
like the Fight Club fight from the Big Jar and Caleb.
Whoa! You're like fighting yourself right now.
Yeah,
dog.
I'm basically
Oh,
fighting
man, that
like
kick knocked his ass down. This is cool. That was a fun fight.
Nice.
yeah, that was fun. That was like it was basically my Obi-Wan to my Anakin.
Yeah.
Way of apology. I will reveal the marrow of
Strike me down, I will become stronger than you could possibly imagine. What is that green shit?
It's whatever the fuck Tholier is
Oh,
doing.
He's
got
perfuming, I
poison.
think.
Yeah.
It looks like a
Sword.
different poison.
perfume.
Cool.
Hey, you got lettuce
Lettuce
sword. That's
sword?
neat.
Yeah.
Like a straight sword.
That's a very cool sword.
I'm
yeah,
sure
it's a light great sword.
Hmm.
So it's like Milady, but it's a magic
Turning
one,
to
so it's
your
kind
world
of
now. Okay. Cool. Ooh,
yeah,
that was
Lettuce sword is a light great sword, so it's like Milady's got the same moveset, but it also
shit.
it's a special, so it has its own
okay.
dash.
Okay.
So like
All the gear, baby.
Oh,
Fuck
cool.
yes. You can be hobble.
Awesome. I get her cool sword.
Get
Awesome.
Freya.
Love
Yep.
that.
You can
Fuck
cosplay as
yeah.
a Radon fanboy.
Oh, I want that sword. Yeah,
Your
fuck
favorite. You got the Foxes.
yeah. Soiled loincloth.
Ugh, God, no.
That's a good one. That's
Porn
good.
scent.
Yes, this
Everyone's
is the
favorite
one.
helmet.
Yes. Okay.
Stained
Fuck. I
foot.
want to see what that one is. Ooh, cool.
It's a lot of cool gear, man. It's so crazy that they give
They
that
just
to you.
they just
here.
dropped everything. Yeah.
At the end of the DLC. You get all this shit at the end of the DLC.
All right.
They're
let
like,
me see.
hey man, go play New Game Plus. You got all this
Yeah.
cool new shit.
Now you get to dress up as him.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna leave because I want to see this the footwork. So this is the other martial arts weapon.
All right.
But I'm in like the pacifism sphere. There it is. Okay, cool.
The
So
pacifism sphere.
okay, single.
Oh man, that
Very
Pac-Man.
like
So it's alternating every other kick. I'm dual wielding now. Oh, almost all kick.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
a
think
lot.
I've read up on this one. Yeah, it's very mixed between like Earthbender and Firebender style, like sumo
cool.
stance kicks, and then like the quick turnaround ones.
It
Interesting.
is, yeah, almost all kick. That's crazy.
Interesting. Okay, what if I don't know? Let's find out.
All it took was some actual martial arts for Nate to start teching out the build. I love
Yeah,
it.
I just had to find something I was really passionate about.
Nate doesn't give a shit about the cool ass weapons. He wants to use fists.
Yeah.
and feet.
All right.
Like the cool version
Cool.
of like the naked run, just with your weapons, not your armor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is basically the wretched run, but with like actual power.
Interesting. Okay.
It's cool looking.
Yeah. Interesting situation.
That kick has some like Muay Thai vibes to it a little bit.
That's a standing side kick. That's very karate or
Yeah.
Karate.
taekwondo. Yeah.
Deep stance.
Muay Thai has two main kicks: the roundhouse kick, which is the
Muay
famous rib breaker, and then there's what they call the teep, which is really just a front kick, but it's a pushing front kick, not like a snap kick.
It'd be cool. That'd be a cool build, kickboxer build.
Oh shit! I wanted to do a kickboxer build in D&D so bad.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Golden Ring of Light incantations. I don't know which ones those are, but it could be cool. Fundamentalist incantations. I feel like I'm probably working with a subpar. Yeah, I'm doing Dragon Communion incantation just because it's like maxed out on its stats.
Yep.
But there's probably ones that are better suited for what I'm doing.
I mean, if you're not using dragon spells, yeah, you should probably be using like a specific faith-based seal.
Godslayer, Bestial, yeah. So it's probably
I like Bestial.
It's probably
stuff.
this one. Honestly, I should probably get
You got the faith.
Yeah, the boost the fundamentalist incantation. That's probably based on my Flame grant me strength and my golden vow.
Yeah.
At least my golden vow. It's
I mean, Nate's a
this
believer.
one.
I use the Bestial one just
the-
because I had Bestial incantations. I like it for the pocket sand.
If I want sonic booms, I probably want this one.
Nate believes in that JC power, baby.
Yeah, well, it's just because it's not like super effective against anything, but nothing resists it, so it's always a steady source of additional DPS.
It's super effective.
It's totally Pokemon rules.
It is. Should be.
All right, we'll do this one, then madness and poison. Yeah. All right, that'll be fine. I'm super intrigued to see like what combos I can come up with for.
I'm surprised at how sort of complex you can get it. The sort of different combo moves you can do. I thought it was going to be more mashy, but it looks like you could have a little bit more. Like complexity.
The only thing that really throws me off is that the Dryleaf Arts, just the one I have now, just the hands. If you are single-handing it, not like dual wielding it, you only use one side. Like you only use one hand and one foot.
That is weird.
Yeah,
that is weird. Can you do that with a shield? In the other hand?
Yeah, I think I could. But then the Dryleaf footwork, it seems like it's all kicks. It's mostly kicks, if not at least 50% kicks.
It's sort of a wild ass idea to do.
Yeah, if you dual wield it, it's almost all kicks.
And if you build with a shield, that's kind of sick.
Yeah,
I would love to see a more like drunken style like weapon. That way you could really use it in PvP and just throw people off.
Try beating to a pulp. So was that one of the 2 boss fights you were talking about?
That was the second to last boss fight, dog.
Okay, so there's really only one.
So if you remember, there were 3 boss fights left when you were fighting the flower, and the flower was one.
Flower was one. That was 2. So I really only have 1 left.
1 left, baby. Just 1.
All right then.
This one I think I've seen exactly 5 seconds of.
Oh, so you know what it is?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
But I've only seen 5 seconds, so I saw it and I was like, oh.
I think we were talking last time, Tom. I don't know if you were here when we were, but I feel like this fight makes up for the shitty last boss fight of the vanilla game.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. When I saw it, I was like, I wonder how people feel about it. And then a lot of people were like, actually, yeah, it's pretty.
I think it's really good. It's real hard, but it's really good. It's more fitting of, I think, the scale of this game. I think it's.
I think and I think it also makes sense just based on what people like.
Yeah,
they've said they liked.
Yeah, I think so. It was a good decision, I think. So it made up for what I thought was a very anticlimactic end to the base game.
Yeah, I ended up just using. I think I just like summoned somebody because I was like, you know what? I don't really feel like playing the big field boss game. I'll just get it over with.
Yeah. Yep.
But interesting, weird design. But I was like, yeah, it's just not really much else going on here.
Nate, I don't love your hat.
Yeah. Is it the plate?
Yeah, it looks kind of dopey.
Well, it's the only hood that really like looks like it goes with the cape, so it's like kind of almost all of a piece.
Yeah,
and I also like the mask on it too. To like
imagine this outfit with the gold, but everything else is black.
That would be awesome.
That would be sick. Give me that, and then a little bit of ember. Fuck yeah!
All right, I like his stuff too. Like his gear is cool.
You want to fuck him up?
Nah, he was key.
He's a bro. He's a homie. Yeah. He was tuning dudes up.
Right.
Yeah.
So
he was. Yep. You want his side though?
I am so curious about what
this is.
Like what the different dynamics of that fight could be based on who you like can get.
Yeah, they talk this up a bunch in by the characters.
Lita was hunting people down that like I could choose to help her and choose not to.
Yeah, I'll bet you Vati's got like a whole like single episode just on that.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, fucking look at all this shit.
Look at all that new shit. Damn.
How do they refer to this fight in game? Like, do they say like, "Oh, you're going up against the whatever one" or something?
I don't think so.
Do they even mention it?
Not to my knowledge, not to my recollection. Like, you don't even really know this is what you're heading to until you get there.
What's up, man?
That's fair. I guess that
Reyes,
makes
great
sense. They don't really do that
sword,
for.
spinning
At least I didn't
slash,
notice. But
Yeah.
then again, I'm not like super plugged into the narrative, so
Revenger's Blade.
Hey, guy, welcome
that's a cool name. Revenger's Blade. It's
Mhm.
a cool name for a skill.
to cause revengeance.
Yeah.
Does it
Red
shoot
Dead
out of your
Back to the revenge.
sheath at 60 miles an hour?
Where is it? Like, what kind of sword is it? Is it a curved sword?
Like what class? Yeah, it
Imagine,
probably is
yeah.
a curved sword.
Yeah,
It'd be very funny if they made it a straight sword when some of the other curved swords aren't as curved, just to be like, fuck you.
Oh, it's okay. So it is a natural dual wielder.
Yes, it is.
It
Weird that
reminds me
it's
of the
heavy is only one.
Oh, interesting.
yeah, reminds me of like the swords you start with as the wanderer, adventurer, whatever, warrior.
When you do wield this, are you getting the power stance out of it, or is it just
Yeah, no, I this is my normal attacks, my light attacks.
that's your R1?
Yeah, my R2,
What if you hit L1 and L2?
L1,
Okay, so it's block,
Block.
and then L2.
L2 hold. I get
Oh
that.
shit. Okay, so this is not proper power stancing then. Okay.
Yeah.
I still think power stancing in this game is fucking broken.
Yeah.
If you really
yeah.
just want to if you want to play the game on easy mode but still be in melee, not too magic, just power
Yeah.
stance.
Just the extra
Yeah.
stagger damage alone from power
It's
stancing.
it's literally double stagger, double damage, and it's no slower. There's like 0 penalty except that you don't get the parry with a shield.
Mhm.
QA guy, you just missed it. Actually, he was just using.
Yeah, it's just we just
this
had a
weapons.
big old gang fight basically, and oh wait, no, that's not it. Anyway, yeah, we had a big old gang fight, and like everybody that I killed, I got their stuff, so I'm just been like sorting through it just to see like what all there is. Oh, interesting. Very fencer. Very
Yeah, it's Milady.
yeah. It very much is Milady. Yes.
Yeah, it's light greatsword. That's the class.
Yeah, okay.
But
And
it's
then
a
Needle
magic,
Piercer.
so it doesn't. Yeah, this is
Oh, it's got that. That's cool. That's
Yeah.
that's fucking.
it's a cool
okay.
weapon.
That is a really cool weapon.
So
Alright.
it's one of 3 light greatswords. The other one is the one that you get
Uh,
from Rolana.
Yeah, Roletta
The-
or whatever.
the
Yeah.
dual-
Okay. So this was the only one I was ever
dual-
gonna find out in the wild.
Correct.
The other 2 were boss drops. Okay.
Boss
Good to
drop.
know.
I actually
I
prefer
was-
Milady myself. I think that one's the
Yeah.
best one.
I think the other one you can power
Correct.
stance
It's
though.
dual wield. Yeah, it's dual wield.
All right, cool. I was always curious about like where the other ones were.
Yeah.
But okay, that explains that. Very cool, very cool. All right. We'll do this. I'm still like
Not sure
Yeah.
about this.
it's like both legs and my right hand. If I
Well,
like,
you have your
and then
yeah. Put it
power
can you-
stance is
I wonder if it's more meant for
Damn.
PvP in that like it gives you a little bit more like breathing time. There's like a denouement to some of your kicks in between
Yeah,
the
it's
combo,
kinda
and I
cool.
feel like it's not meant to be as aggressive. It's meant to be like
Here's a question.
giving them a second.
yeah.
What if you had another class of this weapon and you put it on your left hand?
That is
Another weapon in this class and put it on your left hand.
Yeah. Let me
That's proper power stancing.
Yeah.
let me
'Cause
just see.
If you just have a double weapon that's in your right hand, that's not really power stancing.
I wonder how the damage scale works for that. It seems kind of interesting.
You can do this. And do that. And that's
Yeah, what
power
happens now?
stancing this.
Yeah. Oh,
Whoa.
I mean,
Okay.
whoa, that's pretty cool.
That is,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's faster.
It's a little more balanced. It's faster. It's probably more powerful. I mean, it's power stancing. So
I would be cautious about just over spamming it though, because you might get like 4 or 5 kicks in and then get hit in the middle of another kick.
it looks kind of sick.
Okay, so what I'm seeing now is that if I am power stancing them, if I just use my normal R2 or R1,
You'll just get R1, yeah.
It's my normal single one. But
Just
if
like
I do
regular
an
power stance.
L2, I
Correct, you get
am
a full
doing
power
the
stance.
power stance version.
Correct. Yep, that's how it works for all weapons when you power stance. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Mhm.
And then I can switch to power stance in the other one if I just switch to. Interesting. This is
Yes.
complicated.
So if you do power stancing with like with straight longswords. If you really want a power stance, your attack button becomes L1, just straight up, or L2, I guess, maybe L2 probably. And that's it. You just do that all the time. That's your new attack button, basically. It's actually power.
Heavy
If you do
footwork?
power
What is-
stancing, if you
Oh,
do power
yeah.
stancing in this game with bleed, what you can get out of a bleed with power stance build is absolutely broken. For those
Yeah.
people who are in New Game Plus and
Forgot
are
about
doing
that.
Rivers of Blood power stanced, that is completely fucking broken.
What if I could power stance with claws? I mean, I guess you could, right? You just have to have two.
Yeah, it just basically gives you a new moveset. Yeah.
All right.
Actually, I might like that with claws. I feel like claws could use a couple different moves thrown in there.
Yeah. There. I got the beast claws the other day, which are super fucking cool. And I want to do a build with those too. I saw something about like a triple status build or a triple element build that like they all unwrite each other, and so you can proc them again.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It looked
That'd be
cool.
pretty cool.
Are you gonna go test this now? What's happening here?
I'm gonna go upgrade my my dry leaf footwork, so it's at least on the same
We're gonna get
level.
powerful.
Yeah, because I have them now both using the same affinity, but I gotta like upgrade my. I
like how you took
yards.
all this time. Yeah, I think we were on like episode 80 of this playthrough or some shit like that, and you are now at the foot of the final fight. You are dawdling your way into this fucking fight.
Yep, isn't that great?
It's taking
nothing like doing it ass backwards
to get into this fucking fight.
Yep.
I'll do that sometimes with games where I'm trying to like see if I collected everything or last minute stuff. I did that with Elden Ring base game. I just did it with multiplayer instead of wandering.
I think that makes sense. That like I'm okay with that, but like Nate's just like I'm gonna dick about my menus for the next hour while I'm sitting here with the final boss waiting for me.
You know it. All right, did that. All right, let's fucking get this done, y'all.
Have you been to all the major areas? Is there any?
Fucking go. He's done pretty much. Well, he's definitely done all the bosses. We know that.
I mean, not that you can't come back after. Obviously, there's no.
Yeah, the other ones. I think. I don't know if he's done every area, like every last single area. There's probably some caves he hasn't done, and I think there's probably some.
Yeah, I've done some exploring to like grind out a few things.
Well, they've also got the forges, whatever those are called. Like those, like
there is one
like
fist weapon that I wanted to get. You got to get from like the golems. But it's really fucking annoying to get because it's like a 3% drop rate. But it's a fist weapon, but it's a projectile fist weapon. You're like earthbending and like you punch, but then a stone comes out of your fist.
Is that a Smith script?
I think it's a Smith script, but it's like but it's a fist weapon, so you're just like punching rocks at people.
Yeah,
and it's such an earthbender thing. And
I really just want to get the hammer you can throw. I would love that. Just beam somebody right in the head, skip a boss fight.
I like how he teleported here and he immediately zoommed back into his menus. Fuck you. God,
the menu too. This is meditation for him.
I guess this is him.
You gotta get good at combat, but you also gotta get good at menuing.
His menu food's gotta be top notch. It's gotta be ready to go.
I do this.
He's like experimenting out in front of the fucking boss door.
All right, I have this. All right, I just want to do this so I have all my weapons at the.
We're gonna do a cinematic camera approach here to the final
that's cool.
door.
Yeah, it's my Tatsu.
Yeah, it's basically a Tatsu. Yeah.
I'll say
that's if I have them
final overhead.
That's if I have them power stanced, and if I don't, I can. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can power stance. Interesting.
Whoa, yeah, I kind of like that. It looks like it's got more of like a holy effect on it now or something.
Yeah, it's those are my heavies. They have this like
it's a concussive.
Yeah, it's concussive. Because if I just
I bet it's a great way to get like stagger on them.
Nate, I can't wait for you to take this build, this brand new build, into this boss fight, and you get completely fucked up right away.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah,
that's gonna be fun. Watch him just ace this boss in one.
As of right now, I'm able to access both Ashes of War with just 2 button pushes. It's either I can flick between just doing this. And
Chat,
get the
this
double.
is what Nate has wanted this entire playthrough.
This is what I wanted.
This is great, yeah. I mean, for the most, like, not making a specific special menu for
And
the
I'm just sort of
martial
like
arts stuff, this is
toggling
great.
between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
just go,
that'll be like a
I'm
good.
in left, center, right,
Yeah.
and it just switches.
That way, I mean, you can change your finisher too. You just have to remember to do
Yeah.
it. I think is
Yeah.
the key.
Interesting. This can be really complicated, but because I have such a wide move set, I'm super curious how this works out.
This would be a great PvP
Imagine-
thing because you could change up your move set and use the same heavy like 4 times in a row, and then
Actually,
kill
yeah.
them with the 5th after you switch it.
Just imagine if you were a real gamer and you were playing with back paddles. Just
Yeah.
imagine
If I
what
could
you
ever
do.
get my, I have a thing that has back paddles. It's just my computer doesn't want to recognize it.
Ian says you're not using the armored core grip, so you're not playing correctly.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna switch
You
to
gotta use
Elite
the
just to
Monster
see.
Hunter claw.
Yeah. Oh God. I don't miss that.
I want to keep this.
Man, my whole video game life is about to be put on pause for a while. I can feel
Yeah.
it coming. Yeah, because Monster Hunter Wilds is coming out soon. I'm gonna have to check out of the video game world when that happens.
Well, there's gonna be other games coming out.
It's like when
I mean-
Final Fantasy comes out. Yeah, but no one else is gonna be playing
Weak
it. This
foe
is all
ahead.
I don't think anyone's gonna. That's great. I love that.
Well, yeah.
The only thing anyone's gonna be playing is Monster Hunter Wilds. It's gonna be it. Like this whole channel is gonna completely switch to Monster Hunter Wilds. I won't be seeing you guys for like 3 months.
Also be around. I mean, it's the
We'll
same
still
thing
do
that
the
happened with
Wednesday
Rise,
show.
I'm sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's fucking do this.
Here we go.
All right.
Here we go, baby.
It's the sun.
Who is it? What is it? What do we got?
Champion of the festival.
Oh, what is it?
Challenger approaches.
A new challenge.
Is this Miquella talking?
Maybe.
'Cause he's-
Vow?
Lord Brother.
Okay. Yeah, this is totally Miquella.
Yeah.
So that he...
Yeah.
I still don't understand the lore behind this, but yeah.
Oh, shit. Wait. Is this?
You'll see.
This armor looks familiar. What?
It does. It's a cool fucking arena here.
By
Jesus.
God, that's his music.
Dude, this is some DBZ shit.
Gravity power,
Yeah,
baby.
it's
Here we go.
fucking... Is this Radon?
It is consort.
Oh, but he's
Radon,
like...
baby.
He's like
Is.
a normal... He's like normal, though. He's like...
Oh, I didn't realize he's got new
Young
armor.
Radon.
He's not
Consort
bloated with
Radon.
rot.
Correct. It's young
Fuck.
consort Radon.
He's
Okay.
bloated with
This
rot?
is-
Oh, I guess he
This
did
is
have rot.
Radon.
Well, when you fight him in the desert,
prime.
yeah, he's like...
Oh, right, because he
post-Millennia
fights.
and he's
He
not in
fights
his right mind.
Millennia. Yeah.
Yes,
This
is
is why you
Radon
had
in
to
his
beat
prime.
him. Okay.
Yeah, Radon in his prime, baby. Before
Promised
Millennia
consort
fucking-
Radon.
So-
He's got
Ooh,
fucking
come-
Psycho Crusher?
Did
He does, and he
Miquella...
opens with that shit.
Was Miquella always going to bring him back? I'm confused as to why it's Radon.
Ooh.
Oh, he's quicker now.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
God.
way quicker.
And
Okay.
that was real fucking fast.
All right, that's
didn't-
fine.
he didn't-
That's fine.
He didn't perfect.
That's good. That's a good intro, yeah.
You got one
Okay.
hit on him.
All right. I am
I didn't realize
going-
Radon was so story important. I thought he was just like...
Oh yeah, he's big.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, this is Radon in his prime, baby. It's just so funny to see you going up against Radon in his prime, which is some like karate chops.
You know it.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
I was thinking, for some reason, I thought his, like, ironically, I thought his swords were slightly bigger, because I remember him on the donkey, and I was
were
like, oh, they're
in-
huge.
Yeah, they were
They're
when
like-
he is in the open world. Yeah, I mean, he definitely seems to have been bigger there. Everything about him's bigger there.
Psycho Crusher!
Yeah, baby. Stomping. What?
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Yep,
Okay.
Dunzo. That
Just
was like the
learning it-
exact
just learning
same
this kit.
sequence.
Yeah,
last
just
time.
learning this kit. I'm about a
He's
half
still big,
second too early on everything.
Yep.
But
He's
that
very
being said-
parryable, by the way, in case you ever wanted to switch to a shield and do some parry shit. But
Hmm.
I don't think you do.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you think? Is that what you were expecting?
That I thought I was gonna fight like Miquella a bit more, but that makes sense because he's like cast off his body, so maybe he's like
We had a commenter in chat last time who asked about the Radon fight, and I was like, let's get off of that.
oh,
yeah,
shit.
so when that happened, I
Yeah.
remember that, 'cause
That's
I was like,
yep, you're probably
uh-oh,
right.
I hope that's not, I hope they meant.
Yeah. So I tried to redirect to like the original Radon fight.
Yeah,
so, like,
I did. That's why I didn't say anything. I was like, oh.
yeah. Oh man, he does
Jeez.
lots of hurting.
Yeah,
he hurts.
okay. He's got a half second. Okay, he's got a half
I
second.
don't remember
delay
what his
or not,
on the other
moveset
swing.
is like.
Believe it or not, that was actually a better run than last time.
Oh no, it was. Yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
was much better.
Believe it or not.
I was really trying to lay on the bleed.
Yeah.
Because my kicks are bleed.
Oh,
That's so fucked up.
Bandai Namco has an official how-to guides for the bosses on their YouTube.
Really?
Holy shit.
Interesting.
It's done. Some guy named Fightin' Cowboy does the.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have a whole playlist
really?
of fucking. Yeah, I'll post a link. That's ridiculous.
Bandai Namco is posting Fighting Cowboy stuff?
Well, it's hosted on Bandai Namco official like
Wow.
Entertainment America.
Oh, good for him. He's been a Soul streamer or a Souls.
That's what the name sounds
walkthrough
familiar.
guy forever.
Yeah.
His playthroughs are actually pretty good. He does like serious walkthroughs. Very helpful stuff. It's like him and Lobos Jr. basically.
Right. Yeah. Lobos. I remember. I think some of them are Monster Hunter crossover people also.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's fucking. Oh, he's gigantic in the other fight.
Yeah, he's super big.
Who, Radon? Yeah, Radon's
Yeah. 'Cause
Radon,
I was trying to
he's
remember.
like-
I was like,
He's
You said he
out
was
of his
bloated
mind
bronze,
and he's
what?
super bloated. Like
Yeah, and he's riding his horse Leonard. He's trying to.
I just
save
thought he was so big and
Leonard.
moved goofy like that just because he.
I would like to see
He's
what
big.
Prime Leonard looked like. You know
right.
what I mean? Like, where's
Have
Leonard
a
in this?
mounted.
He's not
like,
doing any
mounted
gravity
combat
magic
fight.
either.
I mean, all of that yellow stuff, that's all gravity magic. I mean, not yellow,
oh,
purple stuff.
right,
Oh, and
yeah,
he's got
it's a
he's
change
got
of
Moog stuff.
Like right
Oh,
there,
no,
that's
that's gravity,
shit. Yeah.
That is to use gravity to rotate yourself instead of the wind is bananas.
Oh, and then he sucks your ass in. God.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
I
huge.
mean, Nate's doing great right now. That's some big damage
Yeah.
you put on him. Like right there, that's a parry for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
Okay.
Made it to
okay.
second phase. Holy shit.
I used my
how
palm
much
blast.
health
I
did
switched.
you? I thought he didn't have that much damage taken.
I switched to my palm
I'm
blast.
about
I've been doing my
halfway down.
whirlwind to cause it to proc a bleed, and then I hit him with a palm. I
Look
switched
at
my
that.
palm blast.
Gravity coming in, baby.
So I don't think I've seen this.
Oh.
The 5 seconds I saw was the first phase.
Look at this. Look at this motherfucker.
Dude, that's some
Look at
anime.
this
Like
good-looking motherfucker.
Is that frenzy? What's
like-
he got?
Yeah, it's like madness or no, he's getting buffed.
I thought
Dude, this
Mesmer
art-
has a similar
Lord
thing.
brother.
This art is really cool. Good job,
Wait,
Elden Ring
yeah.
designers. This
Wait,
looks
wait,
great.
wait. You have returned.
Mm.
Oh, this is Miquella right here because he's supposed to be like
Mm.
adolescent, right? Eternally. That's why it sounds young, like super young and small.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Tarnished one. Okay. So is
Look
it
at this
still
motherfucker.
Radon?
Look at this
Okay.
shot.
Is okay.
Jesus.
Oh,
All
it's
right, I
it's
already
the-
know what's going to kill you here. I'm calling it right now. I know what's going to kill you.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's that
so
I
fight
see it
from
coming.
Dark Souls 3.
Is this
the
Radon
brothers-
serving as the vessel for Godfrey though, or not Godfrey? Godwin.
Boy, I don't know. Maybe.
Radon. Okay, promised consort Radon, because he was all about trying to get. Oh shit!
Jesus.
level the whole field, I guess?
Welcome to the fucking ball game. I like
I don't know
with
what that giant
Miquella
structure-
on him. He looks a
Okay,
little
so
bit
he
like
has
Miquella's
every
game.
element like known to man.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh fuck, that's
Ooh.
he's got Starstorm Omega, dude. Fuck, I would
he does.
just
He does. You may not even
Oh.
make it to the kill blow that I'm expecting here. You got 6 heals though. You can absolutely do this.
he's okay. So he's got some
Oh,
of his
he's got
similar moves.
doubles.
Hey,
Okay.
Artorias.
Yeah, those are
Yeah,
Artorias
that's
moves
such
for
an
sure.
Artorias move.
Beast.
I mean, you're gonna Mike Tyson him and
Ooh,
do it. In like
man,
2
those
hits.
dodges are on point, dog.
Yeah, it was until
That was
I-
good.
I
that was actually
hesitated.
really good.
That
Nate,
is,
was
that is a good
fantastic.
sign. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really well done.
Damn, he's got some
okay.
wave clearing stuff.
You did
there.
not get to the move that I thought was going to kill you, so
Yeah.
we'll
Okay,
get to see that.
but he's got like at least three different affinity types.
Yeah, he sort of like shifts gears between them at will.
I wish his donkey
Yeah.
made an appearance. That'd be cool.
Me too, man. I want to see Leonard. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I want
Right.
to see. I want to see
Leonard.
Leonard in his prime, not like a broken down old Leonard.
It would be cool to
Is
have
that-
like a mounted combat fight with him too, off of
Be neat.
your Gorse.
Like
Yeah.
like
I guess you
fucking
kinda
Ganondorf.
Yeah,
Be sick. He does have Ganondorf vibes, doesn't he? With all the
Yeah.
red hair and shit.
yeah.
Fighting in the desert out here.
I was looking up Radon on Google, and like the second
Glorious.
result was a Reddit post saying he's the most important optional boss is Starscourge Radon, and it makes sense. You can't get 2 of the endings. You can't get to Noxtella, 13 of the.
You can't get to Erdtree without him.
Yeah.
Fuck, okay.
DLC can't be accessed without beating him. He actually holds a lot of stuff behind him.
He does.
He is an optional boss. You never had to fight him in.
Yeah. For endgame vanilla, yeah, he's optional.
Wow, I didn't realize.
Yeah, because it's like it's only 2 or 3, right? I think.
So at least I'm pretty sure he's optional. I know Renala is required, and I don't think Margit is Margit required. I don't remember. But you're right, Tom.
Yeah,
it is.
Margit
there are 2.
is. Yeah, Margit the Fell.
I don't know.
He definitely is.
I want to say Radon was not required, but I know that there are 2, and I know Renala is one of them.
Yeah, this post is saying it's not.
Yeah, it's probably right.
Non-optional bosses: Godfrey, Morgott, Fire Giant, Godskin Duo, Beast Clergyman / Malekith, Gideon, Godfrey Part 2.
I gotta be better about my my trades. Because I'm doing the whirlwind too liberally, and it doesn't have as much poise, and he knocks me out of it. So it's getting these free hits. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Still easier so far than the sunflower. So feeling good. I would feel better about getting my ass kicked here than at the sunflower.
Do you feel a little embarrassed by that one, Nate?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Basically, the story of Undertale.
It's okay. We all have those. We all have our specific, nemesis. Although that's interesting. Is there a plural of nemesis? That's sort of antithetical to the concept of nemesis. There can't be more than one.
God damn it!
Wow.
Okay. I am.
Yeah, nemesis.
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense. It'd have to be like multiple nemesis for multiple people, because nemesis, the whole concept of nemesis is that there's only one. It's why the phrase arch nemesis is really stupid, because it's redundant.
Yeah,
nemesis is all nemesis.
My number one most hated opponent, or whatever.
Correct. My number one enemy. It's like, well, yeah, because he's number one enemy.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Nate's like getting it in his blood, figuring out my moves.
Yeah, it's just these controls are complicated at the moment.
Yeah.
I love how you made it ultra complicated before one of the hardest bosses in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, how hard I can make it.
So I have the option basically to switch back to, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You do.
Because if it's like this, it's literally like I'm only wielding this, so
I would really love it
the same way.
I would really love it if, in order to beat this boss, you had to switch back to that basic ass greatsword that you've been using for this whole fucking game.
I might.
That would be kind of perfect and fitting if that ended up happening.
That's funny.
You do look funny when you're changing your so-called quote-unquote weapons with these, because you're not actually changing anything, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm just.
It looks like you are literally giving signals to like a base runner.
Did not mean
Man,
to
he's
do that.
buffing up.
One was the same one twice.
I see. All right. Here we go. He does look intimidating with those blades, man. Yeah, very Artorias-like. You're right, Tom.
Yeah, with like the double
somersaults in the air. Yeah, 100%.
There we go. There's the gravity shit. I was like, I'm expecting to see some.
Oh my god, that did a lot of damage.
Okay, so don't get hit by the Psycho Crusher. Don't get hit by the Psycho Crusher.
All right. Good to know.
Noted.
Noted.
Noted. He is hard.
Hard.
Sword bad.
Hard.
All right.
Sword bad. Damage hurts.
I'm gonna remap this just so it's a little simpler. I feel like I'm getting nervous switching between them, and so
Do you really need to
like
switch?
paying.
Can you not just like stick with the setup?
I'm gonna. There we go.
All right.
Let's just set this up now.
Ryan, he's T-bowing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Always got a T-bow before you go in.
T-bow and T-bro.
Yeah. Man, do people remember T-bow?
Yep.
Was Gen X or Gen Z around when Tebowing was happening? Was a thing that was even before like
Tim Tebow.
Yeah, Tim Tebow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember how he used to like kneel down, like pray?
It was after he left University of Florida, right?
Florida.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he did it at Florida. That's where he sort of started it, but
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
because he won the Heisman at Florida, and he was actually kind of a terrible quarterback.
I remember
He got drafted by the Denver Broncos.
That's right. Yeah.
He played like half season there.
God damn! I don't know why I can't read his fucking stuff.
I think that was after Peyton Manning retired.
First time I ever saw him on TV was the night I was in Pittsburgh for a UC game. I think we lost, and he was on TV. I think they won some big championship.
Yeah, he was doing
it was like a sobbing mess.
He did. He was a commentator for a while, but he also went to play minor league baseball for a while.
Oh, did he? Huh.
He was like he had like a huge power hitter. Dude hit some monster bombs. Like,
Oh, I believe it. He had the athleticism. Yeah.
He did. He was very athletic. He played quarterback like a fucking fullback. All right, here we go. You got fucking Raiden powers going on right now. Kind of sick.
Lightning.
Raiden build. I love it. You need to get one. You need to get Raiden's hat.
I have it. Basically.
That'd be sick.
God
Yeah,
damn,
an
no.
actual Raiden cosplay.
I can't. I can't read him to save my fucking life.
He
right
keeps
now.
ending you the same way. Like you end up getting
Yeah.
like one hit on him, and then he.
Yeah, I know. It's because I'm totally like misreading the rhythm that he's got going on because he's got like a half-second hesitation on like almost everything.
You know what you need to do. You know what you need to do.
What is that?
You need to feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme, get on up.
Rhythm in the rhyme.
Bobsled time.
Talking about those good vibrations now.
Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme, get on up. It's bobsled time,
That'd be a fun summon. Just a like skeleton bobsled team.
dude.
Like
Guys,
the Mariner, the Death Mariner, whatever that like
Oh,
just
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
goes
yeah.
around his boat. That'd be cool.
that's the most like fucked up field boss, open world boss.
I love that
Come
boss
on.
just because he's just this guy in a boat. He seems surprised every time you find him around the corner of the ruins.
Then like in Altus Plateau, there's one up there. Like it has a giant that comes with it. Like
Oh, that's right.
spawns a
Yeah.
giant.
God
I
damn.
forgot about that.
Fucking
one.
shit,
Damn.
man. Okay. I just need. I'm not gonna bother buffing right now because it's taking way too much time to just prep.
I think you need to learn his
Fuck it.
moveset, dog. Like, you
I
gotta
just need
download.
to, yeah. I just need to download him because
I'm just now seeing
not-
your post about
I'm
the Evangelion
so-
Happy Meal toys.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'm actually kind of surprised that's the first one.
All right.
Yeah, man. You just need to
I'm just gonna,
tech out his moves.
Yeah.
Like no more. Like stop fucking around with like
Yeah.
ancillary shit and figure out his moves. Get his patterns down. Go fight the boy. Damn, there's so much damage though. Jesus.
Yeah.
I love the fucking gravity meteors. More meteors, Radon is a move.
That is straight up Artorias, that move right there. Just
Yeah, which I
ripped
like
off.
that they didn't just like copy more of it. It's like here's a strike or two. We're not gonna do.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's true. Yeah, the whole fight is not
Whole thing.
Artorias, but that
Yeah.
move certainly is, yeah. Damn. All right.
All right.
Well, I
don't
told you
know-
he was hard.
Yeah, he's definitely hard, but I guess I gotta sidestep him and not try and roll out because it is not going well for me.
Yeah, don't be a transformer.
Circle out, don't dodge out.
Yeah,
Here we go.
or even run out. Just gotta tap it very lightly.
I mean, I say this all the time. Nate needs to run more in this game generally.
But
He has
running
he's
is-
never wanted to do that in any of the Elden Ring games, and you want to, or the Dark Souls games. You want to know why? Because he doesn't have a back paddle. If you have
yeah,
back
run
paddle,
on the back
run all you
paddle is a
like,
good
and then you
idea.
can control the camera while you do it. The whole point of the Monster Hunter Claw.
Yeah,
Oof. Oh, man, you got
Jesus
heal up, dog.
Christ.
big.
All right, I think you need to manage your heals a little bit better too. You got to back
Yeah.
out on that shit
Yeah.
because you
I
need
just- I
to
don't- I
survive
just don't have
longer
a
in this
feel
fight.
for his speed, his hesitations.
Yeah, I just think like you need to survive longer because otherwise you're not going to download them. You're not seeing
Yeah.
them enough.
I know.
So maybe like just focus on surviving, focus on dodging before you start like get a hit in or two, and then focus back on defense. Because you're doing damage to him. Like, he's taking damage.
God damn it! That's all.
That one's hard, though. That's actually a hard one.
Oh my god!
Perfect.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Perfect.
It's just the funk I've been in all night. I can't like I
mean,
have
look,
shit luck and skill tonight.
I said at the beginning that you will reach the end today, but you may not actually end it today. Because I knew this is where you were going, and look, I think this is still by acclamation considered to be one of the hardest bosses in Dark Souls games ever.
Probably top 5 somewhere.
Yeah. I don't think it's as hard as Melania. I think it's debatable whether it's as hard as Sister Frida, because Sister Frida has 3 health bars. Maybe not as hard as Demon of Hatred, maybe. I don't know, but like, although I would argue that the top 10 the top 10 most difficult FromSoft bosses are all in Sekiro, probably. Apart maybe from Melania. Melania might be the only Dark Souls-ish boss that cracks the FromSoft top 10, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think all the Sekiro bosses are harder by nature than any of the bosses in any of the other games. Unless you've played Sekiro a lot and you understand how to play, in which case they might be easier. I actually find Sekiro bosses to be easier for me than any of like the big monster bosses in Dark Souls.
Yeah, those are a little bit more like human readable.
Yeah, they fit my style better, so I do better with them. I suck at the big monster bosses.
That's something I've liked about the few bosses that Hyper Light Breaker has right now are still mostly humanoid.
Yeah, they got humanoid
weapons.
moveset.
Yeah, which I really like because they're much.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
That was good. That was better.
Better.
Yeah, that was improvement.
I think that the heavy, that charge, the timing is really like expensive. Sort of like it takes so much time that I feel like it's almost a guaranteed hit.
So
Definitely
my heavies actually kind of have the same startup, and they actually come out quicker, but their recoveries are slower.
I think the window for getting out of the charge is way.
This is slower, but I can dodge.
They're like
out
heavier
more.
fierce attacks in Street Fighter, basically.
Yeah, but basically it comes out to the same time. It's just when do you want to get out of it? Like this is slower, quick. This is slower startup, technically.
Yeah, they're just like heavies.
Yeah,
they're just like heavies in Street Fighter, where it's like they're not safe on block because the recovery time is so long.
Yeah. All right,
here we go. Back in the lab.
Yep.
Better run last time. Improvement. Yeah, fuck your Psycho Crusher. Get the fuck out of here, Radon. Damn, so much damage. Get out and heal.
Fucking okay.
Yeah.
Damn, he like swung. He like spun as he swung that. Like
he tracked
his heel.
Yeah.
Jesus.
All right.
It's actually that's a really cool idea. Like the big swords aren't just big whiffable like misses for him. They actually have a little bit of like leeway.
Yeah, he's an athletic dude. He's an athletic dude. He's gonna get you. Yeah, this is not fat Radon. This is young hot Radon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is back when Radon was the sexiest man in Limgrave.
Is it literally like him back in time, or is it just like
Yeah,
Miquella
basically that's my understanding. Yeah, it's kind of like back in time.
All right. I wonder. Because I can't afford to trade with him. Like not.
No,
not
you can't
really.
get hit by him. Yeah, you can't.
All right. So, if that's the case,
unless you are really on point with your heals, you really can't afford to take much from him.
Yeah. So let's.
The reason why him being parryable is really important.
Yeah.
It's also the reason why there should be a fucking weapon parry in this game. Because if you don't have a parry build, you don't get a parry mechanic. It's fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's just take that all out. And then let's change some of this other stuff up. Back in the menus, chat. Yeah. Let's see.
Nate's not happy. Nate's not happy with the build. Where you go out.
Yeah.
Change.
Let's see. There's that one.
Calling some audibles here. Nate's changing up the playbook.
Yep, just a little bit.
Bringing in the relief pitcher. Bringing in the backup QB. Bringing in the sixth man. How many more sports metaphors can I throw in here?
I'm looking at the list of available summons. I won't say them all here for. I guess no. Sorry, this is for Starscourge Verdun, not this current one.
Yeah,
I didn't realize you can summon Patches and he will just leave a few seconds.
Yeah,
after.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
God,
he
yeah.
ditches. Yeah, he ditches.
Fuck,
yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
I hate Patches.
Okay.
I mean, everyone does. That's just common
I think
knowledge.
that's everything I want.
Problem is, he's always got good gear. So you buy his gear and then you. fuck
That's
him up.
true. Yeah, he always has something that's like at least essential in the early game. Like I think he had some quick weapon I needed to switch to.
There's a moment in Dark Souls 3 where he can really fuck you up. He kicks you off of one of the elevator walls, and then like you have to spend the next half hour trying to get back to the top. It's a real bitch.
I remember, and I remember that from at least DS1 where he kicks you in
that's the most
Tomb of
famous one.
Giants.
You're in the cave.
Yeah, fuck,
Yeah.
I hate that. It's already dark down there too. So you're like, great,
Yes.
thanks, asshole.
Yeah, it's already painful as fuck getting down there, and then
Come
he fucks
on.
you. Yeah, it's really. Man, my man's engaging, not healing. Amazing.
Fuck. God damn it. I didn't
Yep.
lay a fucking finger on him. Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
But okay.
You lose. Perfect.
Lose. Perfect. Yeah. God.
You should hire me.
I have no sense of this game tonight. This has been a really weird day.
I mean, look, don't take it personally. Radon is a fucking monster. He's a monster.
Yeah. All right. If that's the case, I don't need these. I'm just trying to simplify my kit here.
Yeah.
Like I'm.
Totally.
Let's see.
Yeah, like the deflecting hard tier would basically last this entire fight, I would guess.
Yeah.
If you wanted your tiers. Although I'm not sure what happens in the cutscene. Like if you get to the cutscene while it's still running, does it still carry over? I think it probably does.
Don't know what that does. Bolsters with lightning. Red lightning.
Or Raiden powers, baby. It's red lightning, it's better. Red lightning is better.
Well, the only problem is that only goes to my armament and not my body, which
Yeah, but it's
whereas
red.
these two are
but it's red.
They do stuff.
But it looks so cool.
Greatly increases fire damage
It
negation.
looks so much cooler.
I mean, no kidding. Yeah, absolutely. But
All
That's
these
all that matters.
flame incantations have names like fire do this, fire do that. Really, really needy for fire over there.
Fire burn.
Yeah. Fire
Fire
take
hurt.
out the trash. Fire walk the dog.
These do all look
Just-
really cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
Some of these dragon ones are really sick too, by the way. The
Yeah.
rot dragon thing is pretty fucked up.
There's a lot of really cool dragon ones that like if I were doing more of like the spellcaster build and I could afford the time, because like my roommate was doing the one that's like the dragon head that spits flame, but it takes so
Yes.
fucking long.
Yes, and you don't get super armor on it. You can get knocked out of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Real-
Malekith's
real key.
Blackblade spell is actually really nice though, because you do get super armor on it, and it's really powerful.
Oh,
So you can try that one too. That was a really good one. Wow. Yep. Don't get too greedy. Perfect. Well done, sir. That is no problem. That's fine. Those you can get. You can afford
Yeah.
those. Those are fine. Very nice. Yep. Just a few. Very good. Excellent.
All right. That's really.
That was a good
back.
exchange, though. That was you downloading in there. Wow, that was so late, but you pulled it off. What, my man?
nice timing.
Yeah, punch his
Yeah.
ass. Too early. Yep.
Oh, two.
Oh, too early again. That's all right.
He's got that.
That's all right.
Okay. I keep
You live,
forgetting he's
you
got
live.
that.
You get out and
one.
heal. That was perfect. You got out and got the heal. Well done. Yeah, that's it, man. So that's actually a little bit like Nameless King. If you just survive this shit, you can predict that Artorias move, and that's super punishable. Like that's the play on Nameless King. People don't realize that. Like
Yeah.
he does his slam down. That's all the time you need to hit him. Otherwise, just stay away from him. He's very dodgeable outside.
That's how
of
I
that.
ended up beating him too. Was like
Yeah, me too.
Oh shit, he's got
piecemeal until it
command
happens.
grabs with his swords.
Yeah, he's got launchers, baby. Fucking Tekken out here. Oh man, just wore that one. Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't. Okay,
Alright.
I did not expect to survive that. That was a good
I
run.
find myself
Yeah.
I'm watching his arms more than I'm watching him move.
got a lot
'Cause I'm
going
trying,
on
like,
there,
I'm trying
yeah.
to figure out like, is he gonna do both arms on this one or one?
Yeah, it's there's a lot happening on screen here to deal with. He's throwing a lot of shit at you,
Yeah.
and that's just first first phase. Nate, what if I told you he had 5 phases?
I would fucking cry.
Let's see. I think how many phases? Sister Frida has 3 phases.
Yeah.
Demon of Hatred has 3. Sword Saint Ishin has 4 if you count Inichido. Which
Yeah,
you
that's true.
should, because if you lose, you have to go back and fight him.
Yeah.
So it's
Basically, any
4
phase you have to repeat.
Yeah. I think Ishin is still regarded as the hardest FromSoft boss ever. I think that's probably by acclamation at this point. I feel that. 4 phases
Fucking
is tough to
fuck,
argue with.
dude. I don't
Yeah,
know if
stuff.
Swords got me as a shockwave did, but fuck me.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, probably. Why has he got to turn around and like shit on you?
I know, right?
The fuck out of here, we're done.
Yeah.
Have a little respect, dog.
You
The
know
man is
what?
not respecting you.
Try shield. Fuck off.
Sure.
All right.
Well, his new
Right
body's
finger,
made from
butthole.
the remains of Mog.
Ooh. Tom, I feel like you are like a Mog fan. Like you like that storyline.
I like I like Mog's area. I mean, it's the blood weapons just happen to be a coincidence, but I do like the idea of like the fire and blood stuff together. It's kind of like
It's kind of metal.
yeah. He attacks like he has this build like he could be like he kind of reminds me of Margit a little bit. He's got that like
Well, he's an omen.
ogre.
Yeah, just like
They're
he has an
twins.
omen.
They're
Yeah.
twins. They were
Mhm.
born together.
Oh,
They've
that's
just-
right. I didn't
They
realize.
just
it, yeah.
took the opposite. Margit hates himself.
Margaret's
and-
like, fuck all you guys. I'm like defending the old ways.
and you're like what he runs away right when he tries to fight.
Woo. Oh my god, my man is rocking the Bloodhound
Nice,
step, baby.
nice.
Fuck yes.
Oof. Yeah, I
Shadow
mean, it
step.
really.
I love Bloodhound step. Look how cool you look.
It's a good use for
with
that-
Bloodhound
that-
step.
What I call the
Yeah.
third bar, which is the magic bar. That rarely gets used normally. Whoa,
Magic. Nice.
there's an order to him.
I like Nate going back and forth between the regular dodge and the Bloodhound step. That's not easy to do.
Oh,
Yep, heal up. Good man. It's all right. Making good decisions. That's what I like to see. I don't
nice.
even know. I don't even know what to do about that. I don't know if that's a jump or a dodge or what. That sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those wait and see ones. Nice.
Oh, a dodge, a Bloodhound step into a dodge. My man.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why you know you're really getting
That's
into
not,
the
that's
idea
hard,
of it.
man. I don't even do that. Like when I use Bloodhound step, and I use it a lot. I use it as just my dodge.
It's one of those where I won't sit and count the iframes or anything and look them up, but I will get the
damn.
feel of it
All right.
down.
How'd that
better,
feel?
though. Better.
That was yeah.
Bloodhound
Better.
step's
Feels like
very
you got it.
empowering.
Yeah.
Feel like you
Most
can survive
definitely.
a bit? Yeah, Bloodhound step, man. Bloodhound step. My ideal build in this game is Bloodhound step, power stance, bleed, build into arcane, and has a broken build.
Yeah.
Just fucking broken.
It took me a little bit to get like I liked Bloodhound Step, but I kept forgetting about it because I was so trying to get used to like the dodge. But I think once I started to embrace it as a like if you don't pick one over the other as like your primary, it's kind of hard to like get used to them both.
That's
But
what
once
I was
did
saying.
that,
Like
yeah,
that's what I was saying. Like when I use Bloodhound Step, I just use it as my dodge, period, until it runs out. And then I go back to my proper dodge.
I will switch between them to like based on like if I have the time. Like Bloodhound Step is kind of
yeah.
button,
If you're like
but it has
Actually,
two uses.
the
In that, like, it's
the
good for
regular
both
dodge is
mechanics,
nice as a get the fuck out. The
Yeah.
regular dodge is good for a get the fuck out, but because it makes a lot of distance. But Bloodhound Step, like for me, the only problem with Bloodhound Step that I find is sometimes it's hard to control directionality.
Yes, yeah.
Um,
There's a little wild element of that.
Yeah. Although my favorite thing about Bloodhound Step is that you get a neutral dodge, so you can it allows you to stay in if you don't press the stick in any direction.
That's right. Yeah.
You can dodge neutral, and it allows you to stay in and basically just dodge right to the back of him. It's a real there.
Yeah, I started doing that a lot more. I love it for getting behind bosses and behind bigger enemies.
Yes.
Most of the time in game, it's kind of hard to do.
You should heal, dog. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. It's his rock stomps that always would get me.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm getting it though.
It looks like more
that's
often
much
than
more
not,
confident.
he swings with both swords. If not at the same time, he'll do them one after the other. But I noticed,
yes.
once he
100%
starts
confident.
using both swords, he keeps using both swords. I don't see him split off like I do with other bosses.
The problem with his double sword slash is that it is taking advantage of the shitty dodge iframes on this, and it will roll catch you if you dodge the wrong direction.
I was gonna say the hitbox on that
you definitely
wide.
need to slip dodge his dual sword attack, because otherwise they will roll catch you on the back end. Fuck your Artorias move. Get the fuck out of here, Radon.
The nice part is at least now it's pretty well, I mean, DS1 you don't have Bloodhound Step.
Dude.
Here you can easily
Fucking Jedi. That's so
Yeah.
cool looking. This Bloodhound Step makes you look cooler than Radon. Fuck you, Radon.
It does. Yeah, Bloodhound Step is just what I love is it totally erases you out of the hurt box for a move, but it also is
Damn
such
it.
good positioning.
I didn't switch back to my flask, so I didn't
does.
heal when I should have.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, we're learning.
Yeah.
He's got a little gladius on his back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
right.
noticed that. It's like his dagger, I guess.
He looks
Yeah,
so
that's
much
great.
cooler than his rotted counterpart.
Yes,
Because the rotted part
so
he
much
just looks
cooler.
like.
So much.
Yeah,
Cooler.
Someone
is
on
young,
Reddit was
sexy.
saying we fight him initially as a paraplegic vegetable, and I was like, well, I don't know if I would
basically.
quite call it that. But,
All right,
Maybe not say that.
yeah.
Also,
He,
I'm not doing. I guess I'm not maxed out on my scatter tree besting, so I'm also not at full offensive power. I guess.
Oh yeah, I've heard the level up in this
Full
is pretty
power.
important.
Yeah.
it
let's
is.
see. Not really using that, so let's do something else.
Else, or you could, I don't know, use it.
Over time.
Oh, the spontaneous guard.
Yeah. Intelligence, faith.
Successive attack
So-
power is something that I will say definitely think about how much you get successive hits in, because I tried to use it with the claws with the insignia, I think. Whatever that
Yeah, from
is.
Moog.
It works sometimes, but it was almost a per fight or per area equip
Well,
because
were
you
you
get
running
successive attacks
bleed?
at the time. So I was, but the problem was on certain fights. Well, I ended up changing weapons at the time, but I was like, I'm not getting successive hits in on certain bosses because I don't have the time.
Right.
So I would still use the claws because the bleed was good, but I wasn't getting successive hits because I was dodging in and out too much.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, my ideal build was the insignia and the Melania's Dex metal hand talisman. That boosts dexterity and damage with successive attacks. And then there's the insignia, I think, increases damage when blood loss happens in vicinity. So once you clot bleed, you do even more damage. It's the synergies there are pretty crazy.
I use some combination of two. I don't know if I have I think I'm using the rotted insignia currently, but I use that and I use the bleed, whatever that one is from the underground. I use those two together. I change them up sometimes if I'm in certain fights, if a boss doesn't stay in one place long enough to get successive hits, I'll just change it. But I usually have okay, is this going to be a poke and run boss? Then I'll change that up. But if it's a normal boss, I'll keep the insignia on.
Yeah, stick and run, stick and run. Yeah, I mean, you're doing good here, Nate. I mean, Bloodhound is really kind of unlocking some shit here. Ooh, nice. You got the range on that perfectly. Oh, and you didn't get sucked in. Well done. Whiffs. Getting out of that with one small hit, I think that's a win.
Yeah. I like how they gave him a stab.
Yeah.
That big ass cure sword. I'm like, he doesn't really need to do that.
Dude's got kit he should not have with this build of his.
The swords look like they're forged from the same stuff as Malekith's blade, even though I know Malekith's blade.
They do, right?
Dark rune.
Yeah, there's, you know what? There probably is some lore there somewhere that's like.
Yeah, I mean the color makes sense,
Although,
like the black and gold.
It's possible that they're just like meteorite swords or some shit. Like
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure.
Stuff.
I think that's what his original ones are. At least, I mean, he summons meteors.
You can
he
get
is a
his sword.
meteor.
I'll bet you if you read the description of the actual sword that you can get of his, probably. Tell you.
Yeah.
Nice. So this boss with a parry mod on is a fucking blast to fight.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, just.
Woo! Man, can't believe you survived that. Well done. All right.
I love watching
that's
speedruns
actually
in
helpful.
PS1 because people will just parry
right.
Gwyn the entire time. Like as soon as they enter the kill, they're just like, nope.
Yeah, the ultimate parryable boss.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, here we go. Second phase again. Nice. Get to see Miquella again.
Got his backpack on.
Oh, he's got Bloodhound steps.
He's like, oh, I like that. I like that Bloodhound step. I think I'm gonna take some of that. Is Miquella supposed to be? Is it a wig for him?
I mean, it kind of looks like that, right? It makes him look a little bit like Namel's King.
Is it? There's so many strands. How do you tell which one is real?
It's a good look.
Jeez, he's got after images. Fuck me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Holy shit!
Yeah, baby.
He's got like pre-echoes.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't think I've touched him.
That instantly makes him top 5 bosses.
I just love that
you
still have not seen the properly fucked up move that he has.
Yeah, holy shit, man. Okay.
I hope you get to see it. I hope you get to see it before you beat him. Because it's really annoying.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either. I'm curious.
It's not like super spectacular, but it's a specific type of move that's just like, really? Really?
Yeah.
It's really fucked up.
Ah, man. Yeah, after images is the most fucking anime thing. If you can make that work in a boss, that's top 5 right there.
I actually like that they do that. That's like the animation for Hyperlight Drifter and Hyperlight Breaker dodge.
Right. Yeah, it's the
really
sprite,
cool.
like spread.
Yeah.
In Fire Emblem, one of the old GBA games, like one of your like critical attacks with like the main character is like like a samurai without armor. She just like creates 4 like sort of after images and disappears, and then like the 5th one is you like hitting the enemy. It's really cool.
Yeah. I like in Hyperlight that they kind of make it chromatic aberration, so it just feels like, old retro.
I'm glad they kept it in Breaker too. Like whenever you, even I think your hoverboard has a little bit of the same color scheme, which I thought was kind of neat.
Yeah, dude, man, I'm sorry. Hyperlight Breaker feels good to play. That dodge in that game, I just want to dodge all.
It does. I will say, yeah. The like roguelike elements aside, the translation of Drifter to 3D is so good because there's so many fights where really, like I have a lot of fights where I'm fighting both like the range guys and the dogs, and I'm like, I feel like I'm abusing the dash too much. And then I think, but that's exactly what I did in Drifter.
That's what it's about.
And yeah, it's kind of supposed to be.
Yeah,
it's great because it feels like it feels
you're
like
not supposed to stand in one place. 100%, you're not. I mean, because the crowds that they throw at you in that game, like you cannot afford to stay in one place. The whole point is
you're not. Yeah, you're not really supposed to. I love the like breaking down the puzzle of like who to attack first, who's the biggest threat, which one to get.
I totally agree. The way they translated 2D, like it feels like, oh yeah, this is 3D Drifter. That's what this is. Yeah. But to your point, like the only part I don't like about the game is the roguelite elements because I'm not a roguelite guy. It does make me wish, man, can we just have a proper full length? Like someone needs to invest in Heart Machine and just give them an endowment. Let them cook, man.
I really I hope that they do at least like a DLC or something that's like a more solo, like a non like roguelike thing would be kind of cool. I mean, I guess
I would like that.
You can kind of already do it now. The only difference is the fact that gear exists. Like if you just played as the first character with
if you just didn't care
sword and gun, like the sword and gun that you start with is already what you would have. It's
which is what I do, to be honest. Like I just make sure I have that sword and that gun, and then it's fun for me. So yeah, to your point, like the roguelite elements, you can kind of ignore them if you want to. It will be kind of playing on hard mode.
I mean,
game anyway, so
I did do the upgrades. I like the upgrades where you can make it so. At least I think that I don't know if they changed it. Did they change? I actually haven't bothered to check. There's like the permanent upgrade tree with Ferris Bit, And he has the one that's like your default sword gets an affix. So like you can get like a free. I like that one a lot just because it's like here's a little bonus if we're not going to give you.
Yeah, it's a little bonus.
And
then you can also
son of a bitch.
What's the name of the little like companion dude that you can upgrade that also upgrades your stats?
Oh, the Psycom.
Psycom. Yeah,
Psycom. Yeah, I got the second character, the longer blue haired character, and she has. Well, I don't know if you've played the other characters yet.
Yeah, I've got them all maxed out actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, do you? Yeah, I was gonna say I started using the warrior one, and man, that's awesome. Just
like
more
40
upgrades is so good.
Now, so.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say it's like it's the game I've been going back to the last couple weeks. I finally did a full cycle. My first one I did with an online guy, someone who was playing as Goro, who's just deleting bosses in a single hit. But I did my first full solo cycle. I'm doing the warrior with Lapis, and I got the solar bolters. And I accidentally, this thing keeps happening where I keep picking up the hollow bites that help crit, like the crit chance. I have one now that's like 10% crit chance and 5% crit damage. And then I picked up another one recently that is crit attacks deal or heal you for the same damage.
Ooh. So I've literally like an incentive. That's an incentive to like parry and shit too. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. So I've had the last 3 cycles. I have not changed any of my gear because I've literally have a crit build that it's just like I can't be killed as long as I'm doing crit.
I will. Yes, I will agree. You do get. If you stick with it long enough, you do find builds that are kind of busted, and that's a lot of fun. Like when they're super powerful, and you're like taking out bosses in like 10 hits, like it's pretty sick. Like my favorite build, the one that I've had the most luck with, is the ones that are revolve around how much blood money you have, whatever.
In your cash. That sounds
in your cash. Because that's like one of the resources that you get a shit ton of, and you don't lose it upon death, basically. So that's like one resource that you can always count on having. So if you put your damage basically surrounding that, over time is kind of guaranteed that you're going to be kind of broken if you have like 2 or 3 hollow bites.
I like that a lot of the hollow bites kind of have this like Han Solo vibe of like you look cool and the world is cool and you have these kind of like Sekiro moves, but a lot of the hollow bites are like, hey, if you're a greedy piece of shit, you can do more damage. So where it's like I don't need cool gear, I just need that.
I always liked that about Hyperlight, that it was basically the fantasy of being a Jedi with a blaster.
Yeah, like you have like cool moves and you have this experience, like trained moveset, but you are also still like kind of like a humanoid being. So it's like, you still gotta eat. You still gotta. There's a little bit of Blade Runner in that, and like how they have the like there's like ramen shops and stuff in that universe that you can just like eat at the bar.
There's very much that sort of Asian influence.
Son of a bitch, I've lost
Asian Western influence
again. Okay.
Yeah, it's still very a lone wolf type experience, but I like that about the gear. There's still some pieces like it's really hard to do a standard build for me sometimes. I just kind of build random stuff, but I think the crit build's been a lot of fun just because like I'm pretty quick with the warrior Psycom, but also the I'm using the solar bolters, the dual like knives, which already do like crit damage. So it's basically just like as long as I have more opportunities to do crit, I'm basically unkillable. So I like walk into groups just already knowing like I know exactly how I'm going to tear them apart. I don't even need to worry about like dodging or healing as much.
That's like when you get to that part in Hyperlight where you are no longer running from fights and you're like, let's fuck these dudes up. Like
it very much feels like the any given scene from Blade. I'm just like, all right, how do I want to deal with this today?
Yeah. It's cool. It's cool vibes. It's a fun game. I can't wait for them to really flesh it out. I think it's probably going to be a while until they're like in version 1.0. I'm thinking like more than a year probably before they're like full release. But
I check in on the Discord sometimes.
I haven't thought about. I guess I should do that and track it there. I mean, I have faith in Heart Machine. I think, they're gonna do good stuff. Again, I just wish it was less roguelike and more RPG. But anyway, that's
I'm hoping
it's not just roguelike, it's roguelike extraction shooter.
Right, that's the part that I am not actually that used to, was getting used to extractions. My first few times playing, I was just like, so do I just keep going until I die? And then I realized,
you really have to make some choices, like hard choices about your runs. Although I do like that you get a little bit of control over it. I don't know if you've seen Witchfire at all. It's basically exactly like Witchfire, the way it's roguelike and Extraction put
I
together.
think I've heard of Witchfire. I remember that coming out.
You should look at it because it's actually really fucking cool. The artwork is really amazing.
I've seen this. Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't realize it was
really
already
good.
out.
I think it's been in early access for like 2 years now. It's pretty well developed. Like it's pretty mature. I actually think it will probably get a full release this year. I don't know that for sure, but it seems like they're close. Oh my god! It's
Oh god!
Oh, there it is. Here it is.
Oh shit!
Guided by compassion.
You
What the?
marks, baby.
What? What is
What?
this?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's an attack.
Oh, and you died anyway. Okay.
Jeez.
Was it
So you didn't
taking over
actually see-
control of you?
You didn't actually see the result of that move.
No, I didn't. I felt
You
like I
died too
couldn't.
fast.
I felt like I couldn't move very well.
So there's a little bit of stagger after they put you back down, but that's not actually like the proper effect of that move. It's kind of a dumb effect, to be honest with you. Like, do you just want me to tell you what happens there?
Sure. Why not?
You get that mark, and then if you get hugged again, it's insta death, no matter how much health you
Oh
have.
shit! Really?
Oh.
That's wild.
Interesting that they even have
Yeah.
Radon still fight. I'd be like, you think you would just stop?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just hug him again. Do another hug. So you got hugged by Miquella. That's what happens.
He literally kills you with kindness. That's great.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Ooh, stompage. Stompage. Okay, well. Man, I'm sorry. I don't care how much you lose. With Bloodhound Step, you look badass.
Yeah, I think that is worth it alone.
I just love that you're just this little guy who he can't touch. Like, get fucked, Radon.
Yeah, the unswattable
I'm
fly.
faster than you. You can't touch me.
Having a cool dodge, I think, with Bloodhound, especially in the late game, really helped me like learn how to download more bosses because I was like,
It does help you
I
stay
can-
alive.
yeah, if there's like a hit that I really cannot get out of and I keep trying to regular dodge, once I
Yeah.
would Bloodhound Step, I'd be like, okay, that's where that ends, and now I'm
Fuck.
poised to attack.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it lets you tech it out. It lets you lab it. So, like, first of all, it keeps you on the field a little bit longer. But to your point, like,
The recovery
gives
is
you
so
a
much
little more-
better.
exactly, yeah, and you can stay in the like you don't have to get out the way you have to
Right.
do with your other dodge. Like, you can stay in the fight for a while.
Mm.
Yeah, it feels like I can trust it more almost.
Hey, Nate,
Yep.
I think you're failing because your hat is stupid.
My hat is stupid.
That is
you got,
possible.
You got a dumb hat on. You got to
Think
change
so,
your hat.
huh?
Yeah, I think that's a problem.
All right.
It's a bad hat.
What are we thinking then here?
I mean, there are other good hoods that you could use.
Like that's not bad. That feels weird.
It's not quite right.
That's okay, but it's not really
bad.
on color scheme. That I was rocking that before.
Kind of works with everything, that one.
Yeah.
Is there? I think it's the starter hood for the.
Oh, Astrologer? Is that the one?
No, it's for the. I forget the class. You may not even have it.
I might not.
You could just
That's
go back to
ridiculous.
You could just go back to the wolf armor. That's the best hat in the game.
the whole wolf armor is the best hat in the game.
Yep. Yeah, just do the wolf armor hat. Yeah, that one. That's the best.
I mean-
this one.
Problem with this is in this armor, you look a little pinheaded.
Yeah. And like that would be cool if it weren't so big, and then this
It's
is
pretty
too
big.
small.
It's
Yeah,
like
pinheaded
Egyptian. Yeah.
Also pinheaded. What the fuck? Why are
know.
your head so small?
I know, right?
Speaking of Egyptian, has anyone watched the new Castlevania Nocturne season?
Yes.
I have
yes.
not.
we watched the whole
I have
thing.
2 more episodes left to go, and it is
very
fucking
good.
good.
It is
Yeah.
fucking good. Yeah, we were talking about it last time. Nocturne is fantastic. I still prefer the original Castlevania.
The
Series?
original I think has a better. It's a better like it's like the DS one. It's a better overall representation of
I think so.
Castlevania. I think.
I also just like those characters. I'm more connected with those characters. I like those better.
Yeah, I
but-
think
Like fucking, you're not wrong. Nocturne is fucking good, man. It's
action
really
in
good.
Nocturne is. I will say the action is still as good, and I like that they brought
Real good.
Alucard back in season 2.
Yes,
James
that's
Callis as
that's.
Alucard's fantastic.
I agree. I think because Alucard and Isaac were my favorite characters from the first series. So I'm glad that they brought Alucard back, because Alucard is just so badass, and he has probably better action scenes in Nocturne than he does in the original.
He gets to do a little bit like he has the magic stuff still, but he does a little bit more like I don't need to go full power if I don't need to, and I think that's actually really cool.
He's like way more intimidating in Nocturne. He's like holy shit, he's gone Super Saiyan.
He's still not infallible. Like you can when he fights Strolta and gets kicked into the river.
Yeah,
like fuck?
He's vulnerable.
It's like I missed every single timing.
I mean, it happens. It's a bad run.
God.
Like a gearbox getting out of shift. Like you have all the right teeth in the right places. It's just you're off by like a second.
Yeah,
that literally happened to me on Malakath multiple times. It was like I'm dodging into all of his hits. Like
specializes in that shit.
Yeah,
he specializes in that because he flies around and goes vertical and he fucks up with the camera.
Yeah.
So the timing there gets all fucked up.
Makes dodging the big sword blade thing that projectiles out a lot harder too.
Hey Nate.
Hey, yeah.
I don't think you're gonna beat the game today.
You don't think so, huh?
I don't think so.
I can't imagine why you'd think that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I actually think you're doing really well, relatively speaking. Like, first of all, in the context of the day you're having, but also just in general, this guy is a fucking
this
problem.
timing is.
The fact that you've made it to the second phase semi-regularly is kind of an achievement, I would say. Especially with this new build. Like, you have not played with this build for very long.
That's true, for changing this up, I would have a really hard time trying to learn the new weapon and doing this.
Oh my god, that's such a fucking cheap-ass move.
Yeah, it is.
For some reason, I thought you were doing that because the first time it looked like you didn't get hit.
It can be useful if you've got full health. Otherwise, it's a bitch move.
Yeah. Which I was low on health, so, I'll go a little bit later tonight if you guys don't care, but...
Oh, that's fine.
Fuck. Like, this is kind of bullshit. Okay.
I mean, I don't... It may not be worth it to go on tilt here. You might want to, revisit, but...
Yeah. I would just hate to wait a whole other week for this shit.
I just don't think that you've done a great job. I don't know that you're close enough yet to, got him licked. You know what I mean?
I think it's definitely, this is going to be one of those multi ones where it's just like God
damn it.
The download of the first phase, you kind of have to do again every time you come back. But once you do, obviously it gets easier. But it also it's part of I think it's part of this bell curve I talk about every stream we do this, which is when you're in the middle of the bell curve and you're just how have I done this before? It's not working. There's an extra difficulty when you come back the second time. It's you've done it.
Tom, I've been thinking about this. I want to get your thoughts on this. I have a theory. It's not actually a theory. It's just speculation. I wonder if this is possible or something that they might do. God
damn it.
So, do you think, because we have seen many times, and I've seen this on other streamers, I've seen it with me, I've seen it with Nate, that the first run oftentimes is you get damn close to winning on the very first try.
Yeah.
And then, to your point, the bell curve, you then proceed to do 20 more fights where you suck ass.
Right, and progressively usually getting worse or just not connecting everything together.
Correct. Yeah. So my question to you is, that happens suspiciously often.
Yeah.
I wonder, do you think they actually tune down the difficulty a bit on first try? Do you think that's a thing they would do?
I could see it being a thing. I mean, without it being literal stat numbers changing, it might be a because they have priority,
they choose an easier sequence.
Yeah, it's possible they maybe. I do feel it's funny that you say the word seed. I was actually just thinking that because I do feel sometimes, especially the first few times you fight, or I guess the first time you fight most bosses, if they have a signature move or something,
right?
Obviously, they say this for phase 2, right? But even if it's only moves in the first phase, I feel they almost never open with them if it's the first time you ever fought them. So I do think there's a weird first try thing. Because
I go back and I do boss runs in Sekiro all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm convinced that Ishin Ashina, the old man version, I'm convinced that he has a limited number of versions of encounters, right? So every maybe 5th or 6th encounter I go in with him, he uses a specific set of moves that he never uses in the other encounters, and it's always the same set of moves that he uses, and then it's another 4 or 5 encounters before I see it again. And I feel like, and that's why I use the term seed, because it feels like it's like a package of moves, and like every time you go in and start a new fight with him, you get a randomized new seed. And sometimes you get the seed where he makes these moves, and sometimes you get the seed where he doesn't do those moves. I wonder if any of the bosses in Souls are programmed that way, and that the initial fight is like the easy seed. You know, like
Yeah.
is it a seed where you're not getting the full move set, or like you're not getting the move set that's the most challenging, or what? I wonder if that's the case.
I was looking up a little bit on this while ago, and I think someone was making a point of like a lot of people say like no, you're adjusting how you do the fight, and that's what causes
That's
the
probably
change.
part of it. I'm sure that's probably what it is. Maybe that's what it is.
I think that is what causes the bell curve, especially just because like it's not just you changing your like, you know, if you learn to dodge an attack, you're like, okay, now I'm going to attack after this. Well, the introduction of that attack changes the boss's behavior.
And
I do think it changes.
You also have a different mentality, because you're not like, you have no expectations.
Yeah, literally.
Like,
yeah.
There's no stakes. Like it's a first.
You're doing
try,
different moves in response, but yeah, that's a good point. Ian. Like your mentality also changes, and that's why the bell curve feels like a real thing, because you're like, well, now it feels different after I tried to adjust for the solution.
Totally, yeah. So now, like, once you start teching, you can be your own worst enemy. Like when you go into this and you don't have any expectations, you feel kind of free and easy.
Yeah,
like, less pressure. You know,
and
I'm sure that's probably more of what it is. But it just happens so often with everybody that I watch, that I see play, when I play myself, like everybody experiences that. It's almost like, I know it's all anecdotal data, and it's not actually meaningful data, but it just feels to me like there might be something happening under the hood. There might be a seeding thing happening. I don't know.
I think even if it's not an intentional thing, like it's not like a part of the code, I do think it's a response effect to what happens, like just the way that like the human brain is working. Yeah. Because like I do believe that it's, you know, the player changes their behavior, and thus the enemy the AI is changing. Not
that's a good point.
It's doing it in response, because it's not saying like not trying to predict, it's trying to respond itself. It's saying because if they're doing that now, I'm going to do this.
The enemy always does respond to your gameplay, and because your gameplay is by definition going to be different in the first go round, the sequence of moves that they use and all that shit is going to be by definition different too.
Right, because the boss isn't thinking about what you're trying to do next. The boss is saying, "Oh, he threw a punch after that.
This is what he's doing." They respond.
Yeah, then I'm going to do this to respond to that. But yeah, I do think I think it's one of those, like, it's like a gestalt or like magic eye effect of like there's not really anything changing.
You know what it's like?
That's what it's doing.
You know what you're kind of describing there? That's sort of like when like really badass Street Fighter players get tuned up by like really bad players who are just mashing.
Yeah.
You know, because there's no predictability in there. They're not playing the game properly.
Right.
So
they're used to like a level of, not just like a level of read, but like a typical pattern, because there is kind of a meta.
There's a response to, there's like a what you would do to certain moves, and like if a person's playing a certain way, you can kind of predict what their play style is going to be. If it's like the style of no style, then there's no actual.
It is that like beginner's luck or beginner's mentality, where it's like, they just mash the buttons and they can still beat you because they're doing something just critically different than what you spent hours
because like
trying to learn against.
When Nate was 4 years old and I would play Street Fighter with him, he would sometimes beat me just because he was like stomping on the controller.
Yeah, because your controller was unplugged and Sam was playing, and
right. Yeah. So I think that's actually, you're probably right. You're probably right that that's exactly what it is. Man, but does it?
No, I do. Yeah. Like, for sure. There were times against not even Malekith. Even I'm trying to think of like the worst case. Maybe the stone. I would say the stone gargoyles. Maybe not so much. But there was like one or two bosses where I was like, I swear they're changing it just because I did this thing. And I think that that's still true. But I think the difference is, because I adjusted something, I'm expecting my moves to slot into what they're just going to do every time on like a rotation.
Yeah.
But I also forget that.
It happened to Nate on the last stream with the sunflower. He went in and near zeroed it out on the first try.
That's right.
And then he proceeded to spend the entire rest of the stream fighting this motherfucker.
So I think, and like to analyze that more, there is something different about that first attempt, because like when you're going in, even if you're using like a build that you have already used in multiple fights for hours, when you first go in, you're never really sure. So you're definitely doing this like cautious, like, whoa, okay, let's see what this guy is about. And I think that right there, like,
You play a little more responsibly,
right? Because you don't think about what you're doing in that first session. You're thinking,
play a little
okay,
more patient.
right?
You're not
focused on
over-aggressive.
you're focused on what the boss is doing because you're trying to read him. What you're doing is just you surviving long enough to like read him or doing whatever your default like timid behavior is. And something in there is like the key. You just have to figure out what it is that you did.
I feel like there's like a psychology dissertation somewhere in this.
Oh, there's gotta be.
Someone needs to do a study on this about how people, what their mentality is, and how it affects their gameplay when they go in against like their first run against Radahn.
I feel like it wouldn't be too hard to like, kind of like the way that people have. Well, yeah, I was thinking like
the sample size.
The way that streamers sometimes will show like the little controller inputs like on screen, like show you like here's what button I'm pressing.
You could do eye tracking. Yeah, you could do
eye tracking, and you could do specifically the move. So like you could, it would show the button, but I want to see something that's like, okay, Miquella did this move at this minute, and then like these many frames later, you hit this button, which translates to this move based on your kit, and it shows you like, oh, you're doing up slash when he does the meteor strike.
Yes.
And
I mean, they do that for
that.
like the high level Street Fighter players. They do that. That's exactly what they do.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That way
they can
be
totally
like,
do that for Souls.
Yeah. So that way it's translatable. So you can see like, oh, you're using your heavy strike 6 out of 8 times that the boss used this move. So clearly there's an association there, and you can look at it multiple ways.
Fucking ridiculous, man. Fuck. Okay.
He's just dancing.
Man, am I wrong about this? The second phase here started way early.
I was like,
it felt like
you only had him down by like a
2/3.
quarter. Yeah, it was crazy.
I don't know, man.
I think it's the strike you're doing to get in that second phase. It does so much damage that like for whatever reason it can just start it early. It hits it right at the border.
Maybe you're usually like just blowing past that threshold and getting to the
that's
midway point earlier.
But yeah, it's interesting that you say that about the bell curve thing, because I didn't really think about the first attempt. I always kind of think about the dip and like why the dip happens or like what pushes it. But it's interesting how the first one, I feel like something in our like when we're not trying too hard is when you do better, but it's because your latent survival like techniques are different.
I mean, yeah, I have that experience in other things in life. Like when you're not trying too hard, you do better generally.
Right.
So.
It's that weird. It's like a Schrodinger's effect of like if you don't think about it, you'll do fine.
Yeah.
But the minute you
if you
try
could just be totally like ignorant all the time, you'd be better at everything.
Yeah, exactly. But that ignorance isn't enough to finish it.
Damn.
Oh God, motherfucker.
I mean,
I buff myself and then I fuck up and don't make the buffs worth it. So it's not really kind of worth my time.
But that also means we get more stream.
Sure.
It's good for chat. Chat loves that.
I mean, God, I don't think I've ever done this badly before.
No, that's not.
Well, this is also. I mean, this is how I felt like when the few times I would do Melania, I was like, all right, this is Melania. I don't feel so bad about dying this much because it's.
I recognize that my response to that, Nate, sounded real mean when you said that I don't think I've ever done this bad, and I said, no, that's not true. You've done.
You've done worse.
It didn't really even like
register it that way.
Yeah.
But no, first of all, you're actually doing pretty well. Again, I just remember the context here. Radahn is fucking hard, dog. Yeah. He's real hard.
Yeah.
And you really have not been fighting him that long. You did another boss fight before you got here, so it's not like this has been the whole stream. You're making it again semi-regularly to the second phase. You're surviving long enough. I think you're doing fine. You're making progress. It's not like you're like not making progress. I feel like you are improving.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably
the timing with the dodges.
Yeah, it's just he takes a long time for him to proc bleed.
It does. I mean, you could crank up your bleed effect. You could really lean into that. You go respec to arcane.
Yeah.
Put on some next bleed weapons.
Putting a couple points into arcane, I feel like did help. I mean, it obviously helped my bleed a little bit.
You're not using any of the bleed talismans right now. Like you have bleed, but like you're not like super leaning hard into it. That fucking stomp. Get the fuck out of here. Nice. That was a very patient dodge. Well done, sir.
Nice.
I think you're punching him in the knee.
You're right.
Like, knee punch.
At least the chip damage you're taking from the sword swings isn't too great.
It's not bad.
It shows that you're close to like a perfect dodge.
Yeah, you can totally deal with that damage. Ooh. Delay explosion. Fuck you. That was a good sequence there. I liked that. Ooh, right in the head.
Jesus, come on.
All right. Still living. Oh, wow. I didn't think that early dodge was going to work, and it did. What do I know? Artorias. See, that's very punishable, Nate. So very much like Nameless King, you can focus all your damage just on that move and just focus on surviving the rest of it if you really wanted to. Like, you don't have to go on offense at all outside of that punishable slam down that he does. That's punishable too, man. Same thing. Let him come to you. Wow!
I was actually just going to say that, yeah.
You got a heal, dog.
Yeah, I know.
Right out the gate.
Was he about to stomp you before that cutscene?
Yeah.
I don't look like it.
I didn't think he got hit.
Here we go.
He just decided.
Holy man.
God, okay.
We got a cult leader on our hands here. Still got Artorias moves. Double Artorias moves. Oh my god, just relentless. Man does
Oh
not
my
let you
God!
breathe.
I can't
just-
exist here long enough to get the hang of this.
No, you can't. Yeah, you
I
have to
just
wait until
fucking-
that shit goes
God.
away. Yeah.
God. But that opening move where he just like nukes the place, there's no
does.
tell. It just
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a motherfucker.
I think it's an iframe. It's just a
I mean,
dodge through it and
yes,
hope for the best.
it is avoidable. You might want to think about making distance though initially because it does have a range. It's not the entire arena.
Really? Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So you can think about maybe trying to start out a little bit farther away from him, like just fucking book it and see if you can get enough distance. It kind of depends on how close you are to start, so you kind of got to watch out for that. But
I'm curious. All right.
man, I've never seen anyone buff this much.
Oh, really? I've seen so
As
many
a-
people like.
It's just like it's
quick
just
triple,
like
quintuple buff.
buff this now. Now do this next. It's like a 95-year-old man doing his like medication cocktail. It's like gotta get my PEDs in. Your dodges are definitely getting better though, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yep. See, you used to get hit by that stomp. Yeah, it's great. Yep. That was not anticipatory. You knew that was coming, and you reacted. That was perfect. Double stomp. Fuck this guy.
Fuck.
He's chaining his stomps.
Here we go.
Yep. Nice. See, you knew that was coming. You're reading him already. He's downloaded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
You just have to get the responses now into your blood. Yep, good heal. It's the right decision.
I wonder if this guy is more of a like chip, like not 2 or 3 hits at a time, but like 1 dodge, 2 dodge, 3.
Yeah, I
dodge
mean that's
kind of.
I don't know
maybe.
if that's the way you have to do it. It's certainly the way I did it.
I was gonna say like it seems like it's an option.
Yes. I mean
Or
that's
at
how I
least
typically
like-
do most bosses. I'm a very
Yeah.
patient fighter generally, so I typically do 1-2 dodge,
Yeah.
1-2 dodge.
The
Dodge, 1-2
patience
dodge,
is
1-2.
a. It's funny how people always say just be patient, but it really does. Like when you actually execute it, you kind of get it. Like oh okay.
Yeah, I mean, I actually learned that from Sekiro. I actually counted out. Like, I
Yep,
hit the 1-2, and I don't
can't get
care what
out
the
there
animation
fast
after
enough.
that is. I'm not going to do it.
Right. Even if it was like a big window, it's like you could get a
Yeah.
third. I'm like nope. Just
Yeah, so I
don't need to.
definitely, it's a very disciplined approach that I take. And frankly, it's kind of necessary because I don't use any of the other tools that they give you, and that would fuck me up.
Whoa.
Jesus!
Yeah.
What the fuck? How do you dodge
that
that?
was cool.
Like, what the fuck? He does it
Yeah.
like 5 times in a row? What? What the fuck?
Relentlessly, yeah.
What the fuck?
So it doesn't. You can dodge in. He doesn't track you really like aggressively. It tracks you a little bit, but not really aggressively. So if you can dodge past him, you can sort of miss most of that. But you have to be in on him to do it, obviously, because you don't want to dodge from mid range because you're dodging into his attack.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you want
Yeah.
to dodge from close range.
I wonder if a neutral bloodhound could get past it.
Bloodhound will help. Bloodhound is definitely like obviously that's my answer to this because I use Bloodhound all the time.
Even if you get hit by one of them, I think if you can Bloodhound right after or like during the
Right.
recovery, that would be enough. So
Yes.
even if you take the hit on an after image, just try to Bloodhound forward.
I mean, I'm a broken record on that. I always like Bloodhound is the way to go.
Yeah.
It's like the response to
It's
everything.
just so
for
it's
me,
so
but-
quick. Yeah. It's quick,
I mean,
and I
it's,
think like
it's an
easier
equalizer.
than dodge.
Bloodhound's an equalizer. Bloodhound is kind of like what makes you on the same par as him. Like,
Yeah.
he has trouble dealing with that shit, so use it. People talk about how Bloodhound is like cheating. It's like, dog, Dark Souls and Elden Ring find so many ways to fuck you over. Use the tools you got, man.
That's how I feel about like summons. I mean, like, at least the
Yes,
ashes and stuff. Where I'm like,
totally.
no, it's kind of the point. Because I mean, even then, I've had bosses where I was cycling through all my ashes because I was like, can anyone
Yes.
help? I was like, even with help, I don't think it's gonna do much.
Like, the reason I don't use summons is not because I think it's cheating or easy mode, because it's not. I don't use summons because I don't find it as much fun.
Yeah.
And frankly,
It's a
I'm
different
not
playstyle.
as good at it that way as other people are. It's an entirely legitimate way to play the game because again, these games are mean.
Right. They're meant
These
to be
games
mean.
literally screw you over unfairly all the time.
And most people like get this is the way that I feel about like people who are like experts at certain games, just like experts in anything in real life. It's like those people are usually, yeah, they might look up like meta builds and stuff, but what they're also doing is like they're sort of like their brain is min maxing all the time.
Yeah, they're
like
using the
I
tools
worry
available.
about right. They're using tools available. Like if it's not like a total like cheese type build in a game where it's like, oh, you sit here and you fire the gun and it kills. Like that's a way to
You're not
still
using the
clear
golden
boss.
gun.
Yeah, it's like it's a speed run strat for a reason. It's legitimate, but if that feels cheap, it's fine. But I like that people that do this stuff are like, they're just thinking about like, yeah, I stack all the bleed stuff because like that works.
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
like the puzzle part of the RPG is still part of the game. I think the
Like
problem
I've
is some
talked,
people are
about,
like,
I've
well, I don't
talked
wanna do
before
too
about how this game like encourages you to build in a certain way, and then it shows you a boss that just completely negates your build. Like fuck this game, then.
Right,
Use
yeah.
use the stuff that helps you win. Like, and use that shit. Damn, that's a lot of shit he's throwing at you.
Are some of the after images not wrong? I think.
nuked.
Yeah.
Oh, the Hezi.
Nice.
There it is. Yeah, it's
Maybe
unlocked
that
too.
was.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
don't
you
dodge
should
the first
find out.
one, you
you
don't
gotta
dodge
dodge
the
first.
second one.
Yep.
What the fuck is that?
Teleport, baby. Still got Psycho Crushers. Okay,
Ooh.
so the way I deal with these fights, Nate, is I find one or two moves that are punishable. And I focus
Yeah.
on those and I don't try to get damage elsewhere. It takes a lot of patience, but it's kind of foolproof. It's the way I fought Nameless King. It's the way you fight Melania.
Fuck! God,
His
I'm not even
slam downs-
halfway down.
His aerial slam downs are his
God.
weakness. Those are all
just,
punishable.
I just can't afford to fucking heal that much. I only had 2 heals left.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, because like you
God
don't want to
damn.
be in there mixing it up with him. So like, if you only attack, if you limit your offense to when he's punishable, then and you don't try to attack in those other moments, then you're not putting yourself at risk. Right? Again, it's the same philosophy for Nameless King. Like when he does his aerial slam downs, it's extremely punishable, and if that's the only time you attack, you're not being too aggressive elsewhere.
Right. Which I think is like part of the patient game why it works so well. And I think it's also why I like doing some of those runs where I'm like, I specifically like, I don't attack. Like I die, but I'm just like, I want to just, I want to download the dodges because I'm like, if I can do that, that means I have it. I notice it in Breaker too. It's like if I have an answer to everything that they can do, even if it's not always like I don't hit it every time. If I have an answer, I have an idea of what I'm going to do next. That way I'm not like, maybe I'll sneak in this punch. And it's like, if you do that in this moment, that's not a punishable move. And that's what gets you caught in those like,
You're
dominant.
the only other person, Tom, that I've ever heard who ever does that, because I definitely do that. I've actually,
Yeah, I love doing that.
Like, go into a fight and basically just put your sword away. And just tech out the dodges.
Yeah.
And see how long you can survive on just dodging.
I like, yeah,
Can
like,
you,
I like
when you get to
reading
the point
rhythm
where the
game.
man just can't hit you,
Yeah.
can you do that?
I've never done it long enough to get to the point where it's like, oh, I could just like evade forever, but I do use it enough to understand like, I mean, I kind of have to attack sometimes to goad them, but it works.
You get good enough at the dodge to the point where it's like, it's all,
God,
Niers makes no
motherfucker.
difference, he can't kill you.
Yeah.
I actually do that, I do that a lot in Sekiro now. like when I go and play Sekiro again, sometimes I do like I go into Ishinashi and it's just like
Son of a
I just
fucking
never
bitch.
attack him and I see how long I can survive. And now we're at the point now where he just can never kill me because the dodges and the parries are on point.
Yeah.
That's a very
I also-
powerful position to be in.
I notice I over dodge sometimes too, so I try to do that less. Where I will do like runs during those dodge only ones where I'm like, okay, don't mash dodge 3 times. Do it once, and even if you get punished because you didn't dodge a second time, do it so that you know what is the minimum number of dodges or like movements I need to do to get out of it. That way, I'm like, if I'm moving too much, I might be moving so far that it's like, well, that could have been a potential strike, but you dodged instead.
That is the definition of labbing it out. That's like
Yeah.
that's how I play. That's like that methodical, deliberate way.
Yeah.
That's how I play.
There's ways to do it where you're like writing stuff down and like really like taking metrics. I still do it mostly by feel, but I feel like it works enough where it's like I can lab out a dodge and perfectly dodge an attack like 10 times and still get hit by it the 11th, but at least then it's like I know how to string it together better. It's a lot easier
the
to hold
indicators of the
combo.
animations.
Right. Yeah.
And that's why I like Sekiro a lot. One of the reasons I like Sekiro a lot because you've got enough tools in your kit to make that possible. You don't just have dodge, roll, and swing. Like you've got parry, you've got Mikiri counter, you've got jumping, you've got dashing, you've got the regular deflects, and you've got your special arm moves, and like just a lot of tools that make you powerful if you're able to use them. Whereas in Dark Souls, you're just really never that powerful. So like you're always sometimes at the mercy of like being roll caught by fucking iframes, and sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. So yeah,
You
I think
just gotta have to work around it.
that move right there, like that's very punishable. Like fuck that up, and then you don't have to fight him elsewhere. I guess in this phase it's fine to engage him, but in the second phase you got to be real careful about managing your health.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Stompies. There we go.
Those stompies.
Man, that does activate quick. That is dirty that this really hard phase starts so early in his life bar.
Yeah. I kind of thought about that. I was like, it's funny that like the phase 2, I guess, is the real fight, but then the phase 1 is more of a trying to be an intro.
Fucking Jesus.
Whew.
Nice. Kind of hard to see everything he's doing.
Yeah. That and I was like the strain when he does the big AOE with the light
God,
strains down. I was
son
like,
of
I
a
know it's
bitch.
real.
At least I made it there with 11 heals this time. But like,
Yeah, it was
when
great.
when are you gonna find the time? Who's got the fucking time?
Yeah.
Again, I don't, you're not asking for advice, but I do feel like you're just a little too aggressive in the second phase. I think
Yeah.
because by the time you get there, I think you're like impatient. I think.
Yeah, that's probably
And
true.
because it's also, I think it's combined with the fact that like he's fucking scary in that phase, and you want to get him off the field.
Yeah.
Well, and I
Because
guess
he's got a lot of shit that's gonna kill you.
you also did just switch from a weapon where I don't think it attacked as quick, maybe. I kind of get that. Whenever I switch back to claws, I get extra greedy, even though I know to push back against it. Because I'm like, fuck, I'm not doing as much as I did per strike. And so I'm like, well, if I just fit in one more
time, you're quicker.
Yeah. It's specifically after switching weapons back to a lower damage per hit weapon.
That's
I get
the reason
that
why I
weird,
never
like,
switch weapons. Because
Yeah.
that fucks me up so badly. I'm particularly susceptible to that.
I think the pole blade helped me be less greedy because the pole blade strikes are almost very equal until you get into the finishers. Like it goes like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1.
Right.
It's like the deeper you go, the more expensive they are. But that also means you can decide to back off.
It rewards your discipline. Yeah.
Right.
It rewards
the discipline of. Yeah, exactly. That I think switching between weapons does kind of help change the mindset, but it definitely helped me kind of be like, all right.
But yeah, sometimes I could see the value of like you gotta change it up because it's wearing thin. For me though, like man, that fucks me up so much. I don't know if it's my mentality or like how I play, but if I want to do worse, I change weapons.
Yeah. I totally agree. Yeah.
Oh man, you're still living. Good job. All right, we got 10 heals, dog.
God damn it.
A little early. Oh my god, he's still fighting. Yep.
He's got these. He can hesitate, or he doesn't hesitate. He can switch it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's throwing change ups at you all the time. 100%.
But I mean, for a first attempt though, I think this is a really good one because you've already gotten to the second phase enough that you know it's plausible.
I know you're frustrated, Nate, but I gotta let you know you're actually doing a really, really good job.
Yeah, I was gonna say the people
I
watched
appreciate that,
a little
guys,
bit.
but
No, I mean generally on this boss, he's real. Like I said before, he's like widely regarded as a top 5 difficult boss all time in this series, and he is particularly challenging in the second phase when he's throwing just immense amounts of bullshit at you. He also leverages. He fucks with two things. One, he fills the screen with AOE, which really pisses me off.
Yeah.
But he also fucks with the shitty camera in this game, so he's constantly spinning shit around.
Yeah,
and it makes it hard to see. Yeah, it makes it hard to see what the fuck he's doing, and it's hard to time his moves because of it.
I wonder if this is one of those bosses where you might want to toggle the auto lock on like certain attacks.
Interesting. Maybe.
I do that sometimes. I have it on 90% of the time, but every now and then, if there's an attack that's just like, oh, this involves a lot of running, I'm just like, fucking switch it off.
I was gonna say I actually do fight that way a lot, but that's because I use back button.
Yeah.
Run it. So I can because I can still control the camera really well. I wouldn't do it if I wasn't doing back button because then I wouldn't be able to control the camera.
Yeah, you really want that for the. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be tough. But yes, I would think there's probably, if you were comfortable not locking on, that might be a benefit in the second phase. I don't know.
When a game has a good lock on, I feel like it's almost a crime to not use it, just because a good lock on is a fun feature. I don't think it cheapens it by any means. In fact, I think it's an extra feature.
No.
Ooh, yeah.
Wow,
No,
1 pixel of health. Nice.
Damn.
Psycho Crusher. Punching him in the dick. Artorias. I can't believe he doubles that up in the second phase. It's so dirty.
Yeah, that does feel a little cheap on his part.
Yeah. All right. Insta heal. Good choice. All right. If you can get out of the way here, you can do a spot dodge. Yeah, there you go. Yep.
that's much better.
Yep. That's what I was thinking. Double up. Nope, just does it once that time. This fucker. God damn. Good lord. Everything has like trailing attacks. Yeah, see?
Yeah, I've noticed
he does that attack and then has a trailing attack. And this has a trailing attack. That is just a series of trailing attacks.
Son of a bitch.
If you can get him committed in one direction on that last move there, Nate, you can dodge the other way and fuck that up for him.
Okay, so I gotta slip him. Okay.
Yeah, basically, think everything with him right now, you really need to be thinking slip dodge. Everything should be a slip dodge.
He does this like glitch step thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Because if you think about it, frankly, in all of Elden Ring, everything should be a slip dodge all the time.
Right, because it's just you want it to be that way. That way, it's constantly.
Yeah, because otherwise you're dodging into their active frames. Like you don't want to dodge into their active frames. You always want to dodge away from their active frames.
And I will say this is also the last boss in Elden Ring, right? This is the last one you.
The last one we're doing, yeah.
Say you want to savor it too a little bit.
I mean that's true. You don't want to like one shot him. It's true.
I guess I also think of that. It was the same. What I took. I don't think I didn't do Melania solo, but I did help a lot of people with Melania. What I liked about doing Melania was I was like, if it's kind of like when I first played Dark Souls 1, I was like, if this is so known for being so hard, I'm not going to take it seriously. I'm just going to fuck around.
Yeah, you're supposed to lose.
And you kind of like, it's that the first try of the bell curve thing again, Ian. It's like that, well, if I'm not taking it seriously, then like, my mindset is relaxed and I'm much more like, all right, I'm probably going to die in one hit, but let's see
one of two things is going to happen. One of two things is going to happen. Either you're just going to win outright because you're not putting pressure on yourself, or you're just going to have more fun and still lose, but you're going to have more fun.
It's
either way, that's a nice outcome
yeah.
either way. So like, yeah.
I mean, it's not. I won't hold it forever because obviously, like, eventually, I did start playing more Souls games more seriously, but definitely did change the mindset.
I will say, like, to your point about like not wanting to beat him so soon. I actually, for that reason, I've come to start recommending like people do the DLC of Dark Souls 1 early.
Yeah, so I tried to now.
Artorias is harder.
Yeah,
because that's
a good point. Yeah.
Artorias is a really hard fight if you go in when you're not when you don't have a ton of health or when you're not doing a ton of damage. Because the problem with Artorias late game, holy shit, well done.
Oh, nice.
The problem with Artorias is that he's too squishy.
That is true. Yeah, like once you can actually hit him, I think that's why I liked him so much.
Yeah.
God damn.
That was a great run, man.
That
You
was
finally
better.
That was
That might have been my
dodged
best
that-
run.
you
Yeah.
dodged that sequence, that crazy sequence. You were slip
Yeah.
dodging that, by the way. You were dodging in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like I can see the progress as I'm getting through his first phases in like a minute,
Yes. Yep.
but
The percentage of runs where you're making it to the second phase has gone up drastically. Much more consistent. You're not doing it every time yet, but it's like more often than not now at this point, it seems like.
yeah. Man, just
Which
up
is
and away.
like that's job one, because like now you can start teching out the second phase.
Yeah.
yeah,
Learning
exactly.
how to download his moves and shit. So yeah, you're doing it, man. You're making it happen. Look how he just like runs away for a second.
Just catch your breath.
Not flashy at all. He just like runs away.
I mean, that is the thing about running. I mean, with the claws, I had to do a lot of running to gain distance because I was like, if I dodge everywhere, I'm going to be way more out of.
Running is the secret power in
stamina.
these games that no
really
one
is.
understands. You know what I
Yeah.
see all the time? Oh, here's something that I realized recently. So you see a lot of people in Dark Souls when they're trying to get somewhere fast, like get out of an engagement, and they're like panicking, and they want to make distance really quickly. What do? They spam
roll.
dodge.
God damn.
Yeah,
Right.
they spam dodge. Yeah.
And you should definitely not do that because you are definitely moving slower when you dodge.
Right.
than
It
when you
doesn't
sprint.
equate over time. Yeah.
Right. You want to know how I figured out why people do it though? Why people think they move faster that way and they'll get out faster. I'm convinced this is true. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. I think they think they're moving faster and they do it naturally because of fucking Zelda.
Oh, right.
yeah.
Yeah. And the games where dodging is the
dodging
faster
is
movement.
faster.
Oh no, 100%. There are still games that come out like today that do that, but the difference, there is.
Hey, nice
they're
job,
not-
Nate.
Ooh.
Oh man, see, everything has a follow on. Yeah, you're right, Tom. Because people. It's actually funny because like, oh boy, Destiny
Ugh.
like is one of those games where people think you move faster if you jump.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
the
no,
jumping.
just sprint,
yeah.
man. You'll move faster if you sprint, unless you're a warlock and you have
Yeah.
that blink power. Yeah.
Yeah, and like in some games, there's like
Wow.
Diablo games where like movement speed does make a difference. Where it's like sometimes your dodge is quicker, but it's also like
What
if you get 2 more points of dex, your dodge will actually be slower. So there are games that do it on purpose, and there are some that are
Right.
trained. But I do believe, it's definitely like
Fuck.
A lot of shit
people
he's
think
throwing
it's
at
the
you, man.
safety button.
Yeah.
And he
I gotta
doesn't
be-
stop. He's got infinite stamina, man.
God, this fucking phase, man.
His attacks
Yeah,
go
it's
into
tough.
next week.
Like I don't want to wait a week for this. God damn.
That was such a naughty thing to say, Tom. Jesus.
His attacks?
Yeah, his attack's going to next week because Nate's
Yeah.
gonna have to play him next week.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's also that. This Fresh Armstrong
gonna be
reference,
funny.
but also
That's
that.
funny. It's like the idea that we leave this stream with Radon still in his attack sequence, and we open the next stream with him still in that attack sequence.
It would be funny, if we did like an emulator type game like that, where you could just literally respawn
does not
in
stop.
the moment.
Yeah, save states. Can you imagine save states in Dark Souls? That'd be sick.
There's someone I forget who I was watching who was streaming, but there was someone playing a game. It was either a scary game or a game where it was like sudden shit would happen, and they would pause, right as they were about to get hit, and they were like, "I know what happens as soon as I unpause,
Yeah,
and I have to deal with this now. Why was pausing my reaction?"
it's a fait accompli. It's basically
Yeah.
already happened.
Damn it.
Time is a flat circle. I love
Yeah.
that launcher and slam down he has. That's a cool move.
I will
Such
say
a Zangief move.
It is.
The, like,
It's
air
basically-
juggles
you're
in
right.
this game
It's a
feel
wrestling
good.
move. It's
there were
Julius
times against
on the-
Malekith where I was like, actually, that was pretty cool. Like I died, but that was pretty cool.
And that's the cool. Yeah, Malagat has a lot of moments like that.
Yeah.
He's so fucking flashy. It's a very cool.
There's
fight. I
a
hate
difference
them
when like a
all.
cool boss
What?
does that to you versus like when like a sunflower does it. You're like, all right.
Yes, that feels insulting.
Yeah.
But when Horalu does his fucking pile driver, it's like, okay,
Yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
like a cool wrestling move. It's like, okay, that,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah, if the less Looney Tunes it is, the more likely I am to like getting hit.
So I would like to point out for the record that my advice to Nate for avoiding that is actually like just I want everybody to realize Ian was right again about how to avoid this shit.
Just
Son of
set
a-
the record straight.
I just get to this phase and die. Like that's
Yeah. So some
damn
notes
it.
there.
Also a Malekith thing.
That's not dissimilar from this. Like his actual attack sequence is the same as the first phase, but this has the added follow-on from the Faith like lightning attacks that follow it. I think you're just not teching out the dodges enough. I think
I
you
really
are.
am not.
It's a little too spammy on the dodge, and that's only because you haven't seen it enough. So you haven't downloaded it.
Yeah.
So like, there's not
Yeah,
like
that makes
nothing you can
sense.
do about it right now. You just have to learn it.
Let's see. That's already there. So what do I want? What do I want? What do I want?
I'm trying to think, would something over time be better in the physic? I'm not sure what physic you're using now.
Like a overtime heal, maybe.
I used that for a long. I mean, it was the only one I had for a while, but I remember that kind of helped some survivability, even if it's not
Yeah.
a lot.
It definitely does. It's happening in the background. Yeah,
I don't know that
Have
it's
you done-
it's the better choice, but
it's worth a try.
yeah.
And Nate, have you tried or considered a summon?
I have not considered it. I've thought about it, but I've not considered it an option. No.
Okay. Well, it's there if you want it, but
I will say I did it for the Elden Beast, and that I think was the right
Oh.
call.
yeah, because that's
It was
such
like-
a dog
yeah.
shit boss.
I was like, I
That
did a
worked
couple
fine.
solo tries, and I saw almost everything, and I was like, okay, this is the end of the game.
Yeah.
And also, I was like, co-op is technically, it's not a requirement, but it is part of the game. It's designed with it in mind, so why don't I do it? I will say the best co-op I ever did was the one and only time I fought Pontus Sullivan.
Huh.
Was a co-op summon that was literally the perfect like equal match. It was like a DBZ episode.
Oh yeah, because he splits in two in that fight.
Yeah, exactly. And he has once he had like both
Equalizer.
elements, it was like I think the guy ended up dying in the second to last hit before I killed him. But it was very like
I love
like
that
end of episode 1. If there's anything redeemable about that movie besides some
I
of the
mean, Pontus
choices.
Sullivan's a really good fight. It's actually a really good balance between
it is, yeah.
challenge
Wow, that's
and
nothing.
you know,
Okay.
and doability. Like he's definitely beatable, but it's definitely a challenge when you first get there with him.
Yeah, isn't there another one who's kind of like him with like the dual elements sword thing? Am I thinking of Dark Souls 1 or
It's
3?
well,
that
there's
has
one in
Fucker.
Shadow of the Erdtree here that's Renala.
Oh right, Renala has the dual
Is it,
sword.
no, Relana. Relana.
Fuck.
Is the name.
Verlana, yeah,
sister-
the other
yeah,
knight.
the sister knight. Yeah, she has that. There's a few bosses that do that.
Oh my
I think
God.
Sullivan's the most famous one for sure.
Yeah, so Sullivan is the one I can like remember like by sight.
Yeah,
That was a
his,
good
his
one.
design is sick too. His weapons are sick. His moveset's cool.
He was really cool. I wasn't sure like I did the summon before I even knew like what he was. I was like, let's just see
Yeah.
what happens. And I was like, oh, this was a good one to call this in on.
He has the benefit of being at the end of Irithyll, which is like remains to this day top
Yeah.
5 location in all of gaming.
For his like room being the top of Irithyll, I was like, that's appropriate. You know, don't
Really
if it ain't
cool.
broke,
Like,
don't fix
Yeah,
it.
because you're
Room at the
basically
top.
ascending the hill to Pontiff Sullivan. It's very cool.
Yeah. I like how like windy it is too. It's not a direct path.
Yes.
It's more of a like, well, you're gonna go down here and then you're gonna.
And it's unusual
Around
because
that
it is it's like one of the few places in Souls worlds that's like really kind of pleasant, apart from the hideous
Yeah.
monsters there trying to kill you.
Yeah,
The
it's like
actual
it's
spot
the
itself
cold
is not
quiet is
gross.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's very pretty. It's like otherwise, if people weren't trying to kill me here, I might want to like go shopping.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Phase 2.
Yeah, I can get
All right,
there
yeah.
pretty
reliably.
consistently now.
Yeah. Is he gonna pick up his souls? He didn't. Okay.
I say do it. It encourages the goofiness. Okay, so that move right there. How do you know, like where to
So you-
stand?
You can see the columns there. It's a spot dodge basically, so you can
Okay.
sort of see them. The problem with it isn't knowing where it's going to be. To me, it's the timing of it.
Yeah.
No,
oh,
it's
that would
actually
make sense.
gonna
Yeah,
be-
because it's like the delayed, like the waves where it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not all of them launch at once.
Yeah. It's also one of those that, like, again, just being able to
God.
run a little bit is helpful, but
I noticed that if you get behind him, like the radius is like it kind of hits behind him, but not nearly as far as is in front of him. So that's why I run behind him.
yeah, no, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
but- yeah, no,
I tried
did the
running
same.
straight back the first time, and I was like, I ran a mile and I still got hit. So it
You're
doesn't.
kind
Yeah.
of cutting off the ring with that move, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the timing on that one.
Change my physic here.
back to the physic.
Yeah, because that
Well,
wasn't really worth the squeeze here.
We know Nate is feeling okay about it because he hasn't quit yet.
Yeah.
He wants to keep going in.
Yeah. I take the dodge first mentality. Anytime I think I'm about to attack, I have to ask myself, do I want to dodge? No? All right. I'm
I like that. Yeah.
Because I mean that way it's like I kind of had like this like it's still a split second decision, but it's almost like assume that 8 out of 10 times you're gonna dodge, but maybe there's that one time where you're like actually punch instead, now dodge.
Effectively, what you're describing, Tom, is hit confirming. It's the same philosophy behind hit confirming.
Yeah, exactly.
You're confirming whether or not it's safe, and if it's safe, you'll swing. But if it's not, dodge is always first option.
So right? Yeah, exactly. Like any time, even if it's a wind up, if I've already like committed to dodge, it's like nope, just dodge.
Yeah, when in doubt, err on the side of dodge.
Yeah, 100%. Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly the philosophy behind hit confirming.
Because that way, it's almost like I kind of have to like unlock the attack button a little bit. It's like. You are going to dodge first. Do you want to attack instead? That's the question. That's the if statement that comes is like, you're going to dodge, right? Or like, if you're going to attack, like make sure that that's like you've already like, once you do it, you commit. There's no going back. So you have to like be like, hey, do we want to do something instead of dodge here? But if not, then just dodge.
It's funny, as different as you and I play, Tom, like, because you like to use all the kit and like all the items and shit.
I try.
Your philosophy is actually very similar to mine in the sense of like how you approach the actual combat piece of it.
Yeah.
Like
the throwable stuff I do. I don't use like a lot of them. I will use them as like I use them as more of a tool, like a distancer. I wish I could make a build that was just throwing weapons because that would be fucking awesome. That would be such a stupid. Such a build. It's such a jester, like yeah.
It is.
Which is funny because I don't really do a lot of. I want to do a Giza's wheel build still. I haven't actually done it, but I like the meme stuff. But I like them because it's like what I do once I've like gotten a grip on like okay.
I mean, the consumables only build is ultimate troll build.
Oh, it is 100% because you'd never use an item.
Yeah.
It sounds more like a PvP thing, but I would love to be able to do it to bosses and just.
I'm sure people do, right? I'm sure there are people out there that do.
Well, actually, I guess if your dex is high enough with the kukri, you totally could.
Yeah. I mean, you can do that. Like, you can lean into a bleed build with that. Yeah.
I think that's also why I was using them was because it helped extend the bleed time for me. If I couldn't get in with more hits to make the bleed happen, I would throw kukri to keep it going.
Kukri.
Yeah.
Kukri. Kukiri Forest.
So this may not be obvious, Nate, but last time, I know you didn't get the second phase, but you all but did. Like, if you looked at the health, you were basically there. So
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think I got it figured out, like where my gaps are.
He's got to plug his gaps, everybody.
Yeah. Gotta have your wax on, wax off moment.
If you do it right, you can defend.
Yeah.
Man, should I rewatch those movies? Those are good movies.
Yeah, I like them.
They're great.
That mentality is how I think about this.
I rewatched Sidekicks last week. I told you that.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, and it's like I rewatched that, and when I was a kid, I did not realize how much it really just stole everything from Karate Kid. Like it was clearly, it was clearly the '90s attempt to just score on the Karate Kid vibe.
Yes,
and look,
indeed.
Sidekicks not as good as Karate Kid, but
no, not worth
by a long
watch.
Shot. Worth a watch. It's not terrible. It's primarily because Jonathan Brandis is actually really good in it. And I forget the name of the guy who plays like the sensei, but man, he's really good. Like, go back and watch that. Like that's the most difficult role I think to play in that because he's basically playing Miyagi. But like he kind of nails it. It's really good. He's really awesome in it. So go back and watch that movie, guys. It's worth watching. I think it's on Amazon right now.
What is the hitbox for that fucking move? Oh, I broke him.
Which one? The gravity one?
Yeah, the gravity one where he does the radii.
I don't know. Is it a jump? Maybe? Can you jump it?
I don't know.
Because it comes out of the ground. Yeah. See. You know what? Part of the problem there, Nate, I think, is your camera is angled up, so you can't see where that hitbox is.
I fucking hate this move. This is so dumb.
This has not. You've actually never been punished for this yet because you haven't gotten grabbed a second time.
I like the trolley, the pause and the timing though, where it's like, let's have a timeout here real quick.
Yeah. Nice. You kind of short-circuited that attack by dodging behind him. Well done. Nice.
Fuck!
Yeah.
I was literally in the middle of healing.
Yeah.
God
yeah.
damn it.
I mean, look,
God
you're making the
damn
right decisions. Healing was the responsible thing to do.
But it's like those the follow-up like AoE just tracks me wherever I happen to be standing.
Yeah, it's always the follow-ups with this guy. You're not the only person that like this boss is known for being a fucking asshole with all the follow-up shit that he does.
I wonder if when you go to heal, what if you spend some time not attacking and like dodging, like give it a couple seconds? Because I'm wondering if maybe he's attacking so much like right when you go to heal, because you're trying to do it so in succession that maybe he's like he's still in the mode of responding to you, and so he's attacking.
We're getting back to the hit confirm philosophy, right? You need to confirm that he's done before you make an action. Right?
Yeah,
so you need to be really deliberate about it.
I think that's definitely what usually turns the tide for me, is always the like.
Because
I know he's done.
You want to save as much time as possible and like start healing when he's finishing his previous attack, but you don't actually know that his attack sequence is over yet.
Yeah.
So you need to confirm that he's done and make some distance before you heal.
To bring it full circle,
that's the way I would approach it. So I would be like, I would not heal without making distance first. Make distance, then heal. No matter how low you are, if you're close in on him, there's just not a lot of window to heal. So make distance first, heal, come back in. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I'd say if you can make it quick enough, because you don't want to do like the full like football field run, because then he's gonna have some time back. But you definitely want to do like a bloodhound or two.
You want to get to the point where you're no longer in reach of his basic attack.
Or if you can even time it, I think what I used to do was I would like wait and be like, okay, I'm gonna heal as soon as I dodge through this next attack, and I'm gonna carry that dodge through to then do the like another one or get distance. So I'd be like, okay, I'm going to like time it out and be like, I'm not going to just dodge in the middle of nothing. I'm going to wait until he swings downward, then immediately dodge out of it like normal, and then I do one more. Or
yeah,
like
I mean, it's essentially the old school
time.
approach is replace an attack window with a heal, basically.
Yeah. Ideally with a little bit of distance. That way, you kind of like hopefully he's like coming off of an attack and not like rearing up for another one.
So you should use your first dodge to make distance dodge backwards, and then use a attack window to heal instead. I do like the look there when you're like directly under him and he's starting to do the stomp. It definitely looks like he's a fucking titan.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say, for him not being as big as he is in the first fight, he's a big boy.
He's a big fella. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it is. Yeah, Mog's old body.
He's a big man.
Oh shit.
He's very scary in this mode. He's very scary in this fight.
Yeah.
A lithe, athletic, healthy Radon, scary dude. Don't want to fuck with that guy. Music's good. Very intense. Popping off right now.
God, motherfucker.
Damn.
Like, okay. I feel like there's usually a pattern to what he's been doing, and he's changed it slightly. And it's throwing me the fuck off because I'm tilted. God damn.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. I don't know that he's necessarily... You might be getting a different selection of moves than you have been up until now, and that's not helping the tilted part of it.
Sometimes I'll also use Bloodhound, not just like for the evades, but like for like the distancing to get in tool, like the in and out. But I also will like combine the attack on almost the same button press as the Bloodhound, just so I can be like, all right, I'm gonna Bloodhound in, almost like when you first play with it and you go like forward back real quick, because it's like a cool like drifter move, but it's also a good way to be like attack literally in the same button press.
Bloodhound is absolutely, at least in my opinion, designed to be a get in like attack move, like an offensive move for sure.
Like if I can attack at the same time I am moving, so that it basically lands like right after. It's what I do in Breaker, like literally all the time. Is I do the flash step move, because I'm like, well, flash step is great. It's attacking and moving in the same button press. That's hilarious.
Which is also a move that was taken directly from Drifter, by the way. It's really cool.
That was fucking dirty. He pulled you in immediately.
Yep.
Talk about switching it up on you.
Jeez.
See how punishable that is? That's the move where all of your damage needs to come from. Everything else, focus on dodging, man. Just fuck him up in those vulnerable, punishable moves, and don't try to squeeze anything else in. like in the corners.
Nice.
That's because doing otherwise, that's what greedy is. Like, don't be greedy in those. Like, exactly, yeah. Don't be fighting. Don't be getting on the offense there. It's not your turn. This is your turn.
I'm starting to see his time. Yeah. I'm
Yep,
like seeing the
that's-
shape of all the combos.
Yep. Dude, this is so clean right now. That's
I've
kind
noticed-
of an unfair one because he tracks you on that one. That
Sometimes
sucks.
some of his attacks, he'll cut down the recovery. It's almost like he's frame canceling some of his own moves.
Fuck
It does seem like that, doesn't it? Yes.
Like I notice it. It's always when he's like when Nate's hitting his second or third hit in a combo.
and it's
He'll
also
like
when
he's like
when
slowing down
completely-
immediately. Yeah.
and he turns around so quickly, like he's tracking you. Yeah.
But he's doing it as a response because I can see him like instead of like letting his like attack come down and then he naturally goes the next one, he just frame cuts it and then he's like, all right, now I'm breathing out. Now I'm hitting you again. I'm like, oh,
dude,
okay.
Animation canceling is probably the most busted ability for anything in any game ever. If you can animation cancel.
The funny part is a lot of people like know it by feel, but when you actually like understand the frame part, it's like, oh, I don't really want to know the math, but like now I know it exists. Kind of this curse, like it's great, but it's also why these games are so hard because like getting in the zone is usually a matter of getting the frame timing correctly, but you're not like thinking about it.
No, you use the animation cues to
Yeah,
inform you what the
you don't know it down to like
frame
the
timing
individual
is.
frame.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, those are some good slip dodges there, dog.
Yeah.
That is what
I
we're
like.
looking at.
I see you using Bloodhound more. I think it's working out.
I'm not going to ask him, but I'm going to ask you, Tom. Have you noticed if he's getting low on his FP bar with the Bloodhound step? If he's actually using that pull?
I don't think so. And I another thing I love about Bloodhound Step is it uses so little.
It's very cheap.
I think. Yeah, it's very cheap.
Very cheap.
Because I worried about
You
that
can
too.
add
I was like, I
talismans
don't
too
wanna
that make
use
it even cheaper.
Right. I never put any magic talismans on only because the stuff I need for bleed and for the successive hits is pretty much all four slots. But I will say, yeah, it's very cheap.
I did when I was using Bloodhound Step as my primary dodge. I would use the one that makes it cheaper, and then I would have I would allocate an extra flask to FP to mana.
Yeah, that's actually I would do the same thing. Now that you say that, if I made it my main dodge, I would spend the talisman slot on it because it would be that critical.
Yeah, and then the other 3 would be for the bleed.
Yeah. Well, I would keep one on me for the pole blade special attack, but I noticed it was great for like reestablishing the. I never dodge enough to really ever use a whole bar just to the Bloodhound step, but it's worth it to have at least.
Oh my
one
god!
Magic
Fuck off already!
Mako Crusher.
Oh, it's got the drag to it. Yeah.
Fuck! Oh my god! There's just follow up after
Hey man,
follow up.
you're living. That's all you really need to do.
Yeah.
Just survive that shit. You don't have
Dodge
to
like you assume he'll never stop.
Yeah. Yeah,
then
you don't.
when
It doesn't have to be super clean. You just got to survive because there's a heal window after that. And you got more than enough heals. You're not getting to the bottom of your heals right now.
Or I guess
Great if you could.
a better way to state that is never assume that the current attack is the last one. Always assume there's something coming after.
Oh my
Yeah, I mean,
god! This fucking
Here's again.
hug.
This
Oh
actually
my
doesn't take any health
God.
off you.
I know, but still, like, it's just the ultimate fuck you.
The second one will take all of your health off.
I want to know, how does Radon know to stop attacking you when she does that? Or I guess it's Radon who's picking you up, but I'm like, how does he know when she's like, hey, I want to whisper something to him real
Fuck
quick?
off.
I don't know. Maybe he's whispering in his ear.
Yeah, it's possible, yeah.
There's a little bit of.
I like the idea that she's telling him left.
Yeah,
Now, swing. Right. Swing.
that hesitation on that drag swing is sick.
Yeah,
really
I do.
nasty.
I love that.
Yeah, here it is.
Ooh.
Dude, that was fantastic. If you got any heals, you better fucking use them, dog.
Nope. I didn't
Oh,
have time to do
they
it.
went in for the hug.
I just feel like I'm not doing like any damage to them at this phase.
So-
like even when I do land hits, it's barely tinking away at all. I don't understand what the fuck that's.
So you do have bleed, so that will
Yeah.
mitigate that a bit because it
I
will
don't have
eventually
bleed. I've been
proc.
doing quality because I have
So I think-
60s in both.
You may want to think about a bleed because that will mitigate that damage problem that you're having. Because you
this
will
is true.
proc it eventually, and that will feel better when you are getting yellow bar damage rather than just basically tick damage. It's just a suggestion. It's something that you could do. Bloodhound Step is really saving your life right now. So
It really
I would
is,
say
yeah.
that. And then otherwise, I do think that survivability is really the key right now. I actually think sometimes when you feel like you're not doing enough damage, it's primarily because you are anxious to get off the field because you can't survive him. Because you feel like the longer you're out on the field with him, the more likely it is that you'll die. I think that's what needs to be fixed. I think you need to have more deliberate dodging and like dodge his moves because you mean to rather than spamming. And again, that's just because you haven't had enough time to learn his moves yet. So you kind of have to spam in that scenario, but you'll learn it, you'll download it more. Frankly, you're actually not spending a lot of time in the second phase. It might feel like it because it's very intense, but you haven't spent a lot of time in the second phase. So you're just still not being very patient there, I think.
Oh my god. Oh my
Every one
god.
of them.
I
Every
just
one of them.
lost it completely.
Every
Oh
one
my.
of them.
Oh my
It happens.
god. Oh
It
my
happens.
Your
God.
box out of sync.
Just out of sync. Just that much out of sync. It's
That one's
God,
that one's for the gods. We gave
I don't think-
that one to them.
I don't think I've ever been this frustrated before.
Really.
Like I
feel like I've seen you more frustrated. Like I think you
You
were
think
more
so?
frustrated with the sunflower. Yeah.
I don't know.
Because look, I think you were like ready to quit with the sunflower because that was dumb.
I
This
think
one is hard, but you keep going back at it.
I
and
think
feel
what it
like
is
that's
for
a
me
good
is
sign.
that I've been frustrated all day, just
Yeah.
in general. And
I
then-
think you should stop then.
yeah,
I think you should come
the
back at
sunflower is kind of a surprise.
Yes. This at least makes sense. This scans. You're losing because he's fucking hard. But I will say you've made such excellent progress to the point where you are making it to the second phase almost every time. Not last time notwithstanding. And you're surviving longer in the second phase than ever before.
True.
Even though you feel like you're not doing a lot of damage, you're definitely living in that world better. Nice. Like you knew what the hitbox on that was and you fucking read it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, man, you're doing this routinely now. You're doing great. Yeah, man. I mean, these are fucking dirty sequences. That's bullshit.
That is true. I was gonna say, yeah, this is rightfully a very hard boss. Like,
Yeah.
I
You
could see
dodged
myself
that,
falling to the same shit multiple times.
100%. I totally did. You dodged that command grab too. 3 in a row. This motherfucker did.
Fuck though. Like okay,
Fuck this
okay,
guy.
okay. When I Bloodhound Step, because there's a follow-up AoE, the
Correct.
AoE hits me where I end my
Catches
Bloodhound
you.
Step. So
Yeah,
it's not
that's
actually
the-
doing me any favors.
I mean, look,
It's not for those. No.
you could,
Like
you might. I
it's-
mean, you could try to do a traditional dodge if you want. Another thing you could do, and this is something that I've actually found some success with, is actually switch to quick step rather than Bloodhound.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
And the reason I say that is because Bloodhound has a very long animation. And it's a commitment, actually, even though you get, I think, 1 extra iframe in there. It is a commitment, and it does travel a long-ass way. And
I think there's
the
also like a
quick step
mental.
the quick step helps keep you in where you want to
Yes. Yeah.
be. Yeah, and it doesn't carry you out of the fight.
I was gonna say because I think the invisibility part does kind of fuck with your head a little bit. It did for me for a
That too.
while, and still does,
That too.
to be fair. Like
It
just
looks
like
badass, but it may not be.
I think that's what
helpful.
like causes like a little bit more of the misdirection too. Is like because your character model literally exits, you're like,
Yes,
wait,
and
Did I
because
take
and
the
combined
right
with the fact
direction?
that you don't always have complete control over the direction you go in.
yeah,
Once you disappear,
Yeah.
sometimes you do end up in places where you didn't intend to go.
yeah.
And you
That
don't
has
know where
definitely
you're
happened to
gonna be.
me multiple
Yeah.
times.
So yeah, I have switched to quick step often for that reason. So you might think about maybe trying to do that too.
yeah. Okay.
Because you're right, like when you are dodging that initial slam down, when you dodging into his follow up damage, So if you feel like you're traveling too far, if you do just regular quick step, you won't travel so far.
God, what the fuck? How do you dodge that besides the fucking...
You did it last time.
I dodged it with a fucking, like, blink step.
Yeah, but I think you actually dodged too early on this one. Because there's actually a wind up to that command grab. I think you need to wait it out a bit. You need to wait a beat before you actually proc dodge.
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh god!
Like how it like traveled backwards there.
Yeah, it travels forward and backwards. So I keep trying to step in because when in the first phase you can do that. You can step in.
Yeah.
But the AOE is different. So, oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it tracks your ass, man.
All right, I'm gonna give this one more shot.
I think you. Yeah, I think you.
I don't want to keep you guys up late. I know this is going late. It's
well, I don't think you want to
stay
stay up late, dog. I think you need to sleep on it, homie.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so tilted.
Yeah.
It'll
be here tomorrow. It'll be here next week.
I know. I still
worry.
want to fucking wait to hold on.
Well, look, you don't want to look. Here's the thing, man. I think we want you to beat this right now anyway, because we don't know what the fuck you're gonna play next.
Yeah.
We got to figure that out.
You know, also, I mean, you can stream. You know, as long as you message in the internal chat, you can pretty much message, or you can stream whatever day you want.
True.
Artorius.
I also like the idea of like hearing Radahn's voice in my head of being like, how come this little shit is able to get so many hits in on me? And I just walk around and bap him a couple times.
That's why I like the Bloodhound step, because it's like, it is the equalizer. It turns the little skinny man into a powerful, scary dude.
It makes the like 1 or 2 hits max per like chance a lot more doable, because it feels a little bit more like I'm embarrassing him by only doing 1 hit every couple of seconds.
Correct. Yeah. It's like you're on his level. You're like his equal now because of Bloodhound step.
Yeah.
Sick.
I'm not gonna do him the justice.
Fucking
the thing about Shadow Step is,
I fucking hate that move. If I'm low on health, just fuck me.
Yeah.
God.
I wonder if he reads that too.
I refuse to go out on that move. One more.
All right.
Because that move is such bullshit.
The cool thing that I like about Bloodhound Step in the context of this fight with Radahn is that it's like Bloodhound Step is by nature an intimidating move.
Yeah.
Because you vanish from sight. So it's kind of like I got this cool thing that's gonna scare Radahn. Like that's kind of the feel that I get from it.
The cool factor there does kind of help like your own mentality too. Something about like having a cool move makes me feel like a little bit more.
Dude, I subscribe. I am a believer. I go to the church of you do anything you're doing 50% better if you feel like you look bitchin' doing it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Something about just boosting your confidence, making you feel like a badass, makes you play better. It just does.
It really does.
That's been true. I knew that since I was 8 years old playing baseball. If I knew I looked like fucking Ken Griffey out in the field, I knew I was going to play better.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Ken Griffey. Ken Griffey's a Sony shooter now.
Is he really?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he shoots Sony cameras, yeah, just like me. So I spent my whole life copying, trying to be just like Ken Griffey, only to have him try to be like me.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, it's funny. Because I'm sure that's what he's doing. He's like, I want to be just like Ian. So I'm going to shoot Sony.
You think if you ever met him, he'd be like, oh, I'm your biggest fan?
I would say that to him, but like I'm sure we wouldn't even talk about baseball. I'm sure we would only talk about photography.
Oh yeah,
because he's like such a photography head now.
That's cool.
My
That's
God.
Cool to see someone like that have a hobby.
Not that one either. I got to get at least another
funny
second
thing
phase.
is, Tom,
holy shit.
you know who else became like a real serious professional photographer? Randy Johnson.
Really?
Oh really?
He's a pro photographer. He's a pro photographer for the fucking NFL.
No shit.
I would not have guessed for another sports thing. Huh.
Yeah.
No way.
Strangely enough. Like, I don't know if he does it like, I'm sure he doesn't like 9 to 5 it, but like he has been seen many times wearing the pro photographer shit out on the NFL fields. Like,
oh yeah.
Because he's
Yeah,
like
that
he's
is
pretty
cool.
conspicuous. He's easy to pick out because he's fucking huge.
Yeah,
Stompies,
big stompies.
swingies, bloodhound step coming in big.
Oh shit!
Oh man, just
it's just like the first time he's hit me with that in quite a while.
That's true. All right, chat. I got a Zuzu dog in front of me now, demanding attention.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Zuzu.
How are the dogs getting along?
They get along swimmingly. This the little one though is it's as if you took a hornet's nest and went to God and said, "Make this into a puppy."
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
That's what this little dog is. A little bundle of hornet's nest.
I'm sure Dabney loves that.
Danny does love that actually.
Yeah. Dabney's like, oh,
Damn.
someone else wants to start chaos.
Nope.
Yes,
nope.
exactly.
Nope.
Not gonna end on that one
Not
either?
in the first fucking combo. No. I can't. I just can't.
I wonder.
guys. I'm
I
sorry.
wonder what's
I'm
going to
sorry.
be. What kind of an
I don't
ending
know.
would you?
Just not like
Not
on
that
these
one.
stupid
A
ass.
I
longer
don't know what
drawn
it
out.
is, but I know what it
Yeah.
isn't.
Yeah. All right. This holy thing isn't working out for me either. So switching back.
Yeah,
to
maybe, that could be it too. Just go back to basics. Go back to the.
Wow.
Well, I
Yeah,
kind of
fuck,
was
fuck,
like
great.
I was doing just pure quality build and just.
Well, I mean,
beating
if you've got
shit
the
out of
faith,
them, but
you could go with the wheel. You could.
Could.
It might be pizza time.
Pizza
Yeah.
time. Dude, should I have
I
pizza
would
this
do that.
weekend, guys? Should I make pizza?
Look at that pizza stone, right? Yeah, I would.
Ew.
Pizza stone?
You know what I've been jonesing for?
what
Deep dish.
deep dish? Really?
I
Yeah.
haven't had deep dish pizza in a while.
Yes. Which, in my opinion, strictly speaking, is not actually pizza. It's a different
that's
food
fair.
category altogether, but it's also awesome. So, you know.
Actually, I do. I don't mind. I guess I have Stockholm syndrome from it from having it during D&D so many times. But I like Jet's style of like.
Oh yeah, the
Deep dish.
Detroit
I mean,
style. Yeah.
I've had
Ooh,
Chicago style
Detroit
where
deep
it's
dish is
natural
good.
pie. Yeah, the Detroit deep dish I like just because I feel like it's one of those things that you can do a number of different ways.
Yeah.
If you don't want it spongy, it doesn't have to be spongy. It just kind of
Well,
depends on what you.
Especially
put in
if you
bread.
like crust in general,
Yeah.
which I do. That's the way to go because you get more of it.
Yeah, and you can get more like in your crust. Like if you want your crust to be part of the meal, it
Yes.
doesn't have to be boring. You can make crust taste good.
Dude, I maintain the most important part of a pizza, my favorite part of the pizza is the crust. That's the most important part.
There's definitely pizzas I've had where the crust is like, it is more almost preferable to the pizza itself. It's just the crust.
It's the primary well, I don't know. I can't decide if the reason why I don't particularly care for the roses is because of the crust first or because the sauce.
I
isn't
think
as
it's
good. I think it's the
traditional
crust,
Cincinnati
personally.
fashion. Really, I can see that too because the crust does have a signature. It has a
It's
weird.
too bready. for
There's a specific ingredient. It's like it has that it flakes sort of, but it's like this weird like whatever keeps it together, like the yeast or the bread
it's-
riser is like
It's like crumbly almost, and it's
Yeah.
not. It doesn't. It's almost like it's not. What do they call it? Proofing or something?
yeah,
it feels like
it's not proofed. And I will say like I don't
doesn't
mind it,
rise
but
well.
it's a Cincinnati type food in which I'm like, oh, it's dog shit, but I like it. It's
Oh, I'll eat it. Like it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. But like, if you
Yeah,
tell me, will I have that or will I have like a Chicago deep dish? Like, I'll take the deep dish, please.
yeah.
You know what? I really like. I always love Donatos.
I was literally gonna say
Fine.
I
fuck
like
it.
thinner
I'm-
meats
I
generally.
gotta be
but
done.
that's
I gotta
good.
be done. It's so late.
With crispy pepperoni. Like, ooh,
Ugh.
yes.
Donato's
God,
is like
what
the snack of
fucking
pizzas,
frustrating
and it works so well.
stream.
Their pepperoni is well like cooked.
We're
The
over here.
additives are good.
We're over here
I'm-
being fat kids talking about food, and meanwhile Nate's having a crisis.
Yep. I am.
Well, that's why you gotta lab it out.
I am
We're-
tired on many levels.
Look, Nate,
I don't think I've
you
had a
did-
real meal today. I don't
Yeah, you
think
should
I
go do that.
slept well last night.
Well, there you
I've
go.
had a
That's
very
part of the
irritating
problem.
day overall, and
yeah, you should.
this was
yeah, you should
just.
go.
Well,
At least
shit, and
you're
that's
here. I just feel
It-
bad because I was hoping to like get it done in like the 2 hour time frame because next week, say I beat him in like my first dozen tries or so. Well, like great, thanks for joining us for our
Well,
20
here's the
minute
thing.
stream.
This is
You can do
no
it
because
Ugh.
look, no, wait. Calm down. let's take a second here. First of all, you weren't going to beat him this stream. I told you that when we started.
Yeah.
I knew that. I've only seen 5 seconds.
Yeah, and I knew that, and you didn't know that. I knew that. But if you beat him within the first 20 minutes in the next stream, first of all, optimistic. Second of all, awesome. Great, because you beat him.
If I beat him in the first 20 minutes, I'm gonna try and see if I can't prep the Melania fight so we can try martial arts on Melania.
To be clear, I've said this to multiple hosts here multiple times. You do not have to stream for any allotted amount of time. If it's only 20 minutes, you can also stream for 20 minutes.
That's the third thing. Fourth thing, what have Tom and I been doing for the last 2 hours?
I mean, just making up for my lack of
talking.
Yeah, my lack of.
Yeah, you can also
what is half of this stream? Half of this time slot is just a podcast. That's all this is.
I mean, there are streams that are literally just that. There are people that do that sometimes. They'll play MMOs and they just talk over it.
And the last thing I'll say, Nate, is that we need to take some time together to figure out what we're going to play next, dog.
Oh, right. Yeah.
We have to have that discussion, and that's a good discussion to have on stream. So worst case scenario, if the worst case scenario is that you beat Radon too fast in the next stream, that's not a problem. We got lots of time to fill. We need to figure out what you're going to play next. So we got a lot to talk about.
I could see him doing some Ghost Runner. He wants to be frustrated.
Fuck yeah, man. There's lots of good shit. There's lots of really hard games we could change genre altogether, but still be really fucking hard.
That's true.
Like have to do lots of stuff we can do. Lots of stuff. Like Celeste. Yeah, you're right. I'd like to see Nate play Celeste. That'd be sick.
Yeah, no, he should. I would say it might not fall under the torture category, but you gotta play Celeste.
It's balls hard.
I literally was thinking about this last night. I was like, man, Celeste is a gem of a game. That is
it's fantastic, and it phenomenal fits the theme. It fits the theme of Torture Tuesday/Wednesday because it is balls hard. Yeah,
it's real. I guess I am living the creed of Torture Tuesday, Woeful Wednesdays.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God.
It's also got a good message for the theme of this stream. It's a very optimistic game.
And the last thing I'll say. You actually did awesome today, Nate. Good job. You fought it really well.
The Bloodhound dodges were pretty good.
Yeah. So you are right on par with everybody else who's played Radon. You're not playing worse than anybody. You're playing very, very well.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. I think I'm just ready for today to be over. And
hey, you need to go get some sleepies. Yeah. You got to catch some Z's, dog.
Man. Something. I also want
That's you fighting him higher. That's gonna be. I feel like it might be less than 10 minutes when you beat him next time.
I also want to experiment with my new toys here.
Yes, that was the other thing. Like you were doing this all with new builds, so like
and you can go like do other shit. If you only have one more boss, like you can literally just play Elden Ring. Besides,
go train up, baby. Yeah. Training montage.
I want to learn more about my my new stuff.
Chat, Nate's gonna go be Rocky for a week. He's
go on a journey. Do your Samurai Jack training.
Cue the freaking
montage.
Is it Survivor?
Survivor. Is it Stan Bush that does 4 Hearts on Fire? No, it's not. It's who is that? I don't know.
What movie is it?
Rocky 4, when he's cutting back and forth between him like running up the mountain and training the farm and the shed. When then
Dolph Lundgren getting injected with
steroids. Yeah.
John Cafferty and the what? It says John Cafferty does Hearts on Fire. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Well, cue that one too. But also add in some Stan Bush because I've got the touch and I've got the power.
Fuck yeah. Transformers, baby.
Yeah. All right, everybody. I appreciate your patience with my frustrations, and thank you to you guys for basically covering for me while I bitch and moan about getting my ass kicked. But
next week, baby.
But next week, we're I guess gonna finish this, and if I'll try and line up a cool boss fight or something.
Bonus stream.
Yeah,
good.
In case this goes,
you know what you should
do?
You should, if you beat Radon quickly, you should jump right back into Sekiro and do the boss gauntlet again.
Oh, fuck off!
You could.
That is such a major paradigm shift.
You are allowed to do that. It only takes 2 seconds to change your category on Twitch.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I'll switch back to Milady and use stance and just stab him to death.
You could do some multiplayer. You could get summoned. Honestly, I will say getting summoned is a really good way to practice, even if it's old bosses. That gets me back in the timing of Elden Ring so quick because it gives you a chance to watch someone else fight and then also be able to land your attacks and do some dodges.
Yeah,
You
that's
could
fair.
you could find that guy and let him solo him if you don't know.
I think he's
You
he
know?
might have retired actually. I don't know.
He might. Oh man, sad day. That guy,
I wonder if he
true
did.
hero, true hero.
True hero.
Yeah, I think he was helping people with Verdun back
He's
on
a
the
real
release of
Luigi.
this.
That one. He's
Yeah.
a real one.
Yeah.
Doing the Lord's work.
Indeed.
But anyway,
With a pot in its head.
all right, guys. Well, we'll get the hell out of here. Next week, same bat time, same bat channel. You know, the whole normal spiel. Thank you. And we will catch you next week. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
See y'all.